How about them Dodgers? And welcome to the Capcom Pro Tour. Once again, we are at the top 8 final day of the Kai Show Fight Club. Myself, Ridge, along with Vicious, here to bring all the action and obviously riding quite the high, I must say.
Yeah, the fireworks are going off for a very special occasion. I'll tell you what, every single W counts here when it comes to the top 8. And I gotta say, man, it's so wonderful to see how many things have gone a certain way in regards to the character development so far, the amount of players that have showed up. 566 players have shown up to this event, and for very good reason. We are now experiencing the opening ceremony here in Chengdu, China. This is going to be so sick to watch as we get ready for the prestigious CPT premiere. We're getting closer to finding out who's going to auto-qualify into Capcom Cup 12. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, man, yeah. Again, we're not only crowning just one qualifier, right? We might be crowning a whole nother 6 along with that champion, right, for the offline leaderboard. So it's going to be an amazing time. Very fitting ceremony so far. I'm loving the production value, especially because this is essentially the LCQ for Capcom Cup when it comes to the offline competition.
I never thought about it that way. I had a little bit of a hint of that, but man, you are so right. This is essentially the biggest, the most competitive. Hold up.
Okay.
Is this coming in from the opening ceremony? This is kind of lit.
Yeah, the music is going crazy. That trophy though.
It's kind of sick. It's a full plate.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I was gonna say, we're gonna have coming up someone coming up. Hold on. We gotta pause real quick.
Video. The teaser video going over the CPT 2025 season, bruh. So much wild stuff has happened, and I love them showing Mena because Mena has kind of been MIA a little bit, right? But he is here and definitely gonna be looking to take some people down in SFL. That's gonna be exciting.
It's wild. This is the culmination of everybody's hard work throughout the year. Every single Capcom Pro Tour event in this montage. How many people have been able to witness Glory in person on the streams throughout the year? It's actually quite phenomenal to see how many people have been tuning in every single time.
Oh my goodness, bro. So many amazing moments throughout the season, bro. We see Blink Respawn, we saw EWC, we saw Evo France, Evo Japan. UFA was in there as well. So many sick events. Love seeing the offline competition back in full force for the CPT 2025 season. Obviously, we're looking to expand that in 2026. And I mean, blah, so many sick heroes. Mickey, so many players have been amazing this season. And it's coming down, man. We're starting to crown these last qualifiers into Capcom Cup 12.
Tell me that's not OD.
Yeah, it's sick.
Oh my God.
Counting down the qualifiers, and one more will be crowned at the Fight Club Championship here in Chengdu, man. And then, of course, 6 going to be joining that when we solidify the offline leaderboard and get everybody's points tallied. What a time to be alive if you're a fighting game fan.
We are going to get ourselves ready for that top 8 introduction. The players are definitely set and ready to go. I have been able to at least take a look at some of the Twitter posts lately. Everybody's been in good spirits. We've had one particular player in top 8 kind of hyping themselves up a little bit.
Oh, yeah. No surprise there, right? Probably going to be kicking off our top 8 if the Start GG is anything to go by. But yeah, it's going to be an amazing time. The crowd is in attendance, right? They still got one of the players in there as well from the home country of China. We got Monster Prince in there with was the Kimberly? Am I making that up?
That's right. There was the very eccentric slide perfectionist Monster Prince. That's godlike.
Leading the crowd as we got a packed house tonight, man. Oh, I love feeling the electricity. These players are here today to duke it out. Hopefully take their spot at Capcom Cup 12. And as Vicious alluded to, we're getting the top 8 introduced here shortly. All who had quite the roads to get here, right? Because the brackets were so just filled to the brim with talent. It is a very heavy depth for the bracket. And we'll go over the players that kind of sent some of the players to losers, how the winners got here, who they had to take down to actually get into this position that they're in. So all that and more as the players get introduced.
Right, it's going to be kind of wild too, considering there were 566 players going into this exact event. We were talking about it. It's like how many landmines are present in those brackets, in those pools, because of how many talented players there are in China coming to this exact event, right? There have been a lot of favorite names household names, excuse me, that we've seen throughout the years that didn't quite make it through. I know our current format from like Friday and Saturday was mostly just covering the winners finals, and a lot of the names that you were expecting to see in those slots were not present, right?
Yeah.
And which is, it's a beautiful thing. It's also a really heartbreaking thing. It's a beautiful thing because we also get like an entryway towards, or an introduction towards players that we may not know, we may not have seen in regards to like CPT. It's actually kind of wild to see.
Oh, yeah, we actually have one of the hosts being a translator, so we'll let him rock for a minute.
这场世界级赛事能够落地成都，离不开每一位支持单位的鼎力相助。请允许我代表主办方向所有支持本次大赛的单位与伙伴致以最诚挚的感谢。
Before we witness the crowning moment, please allow us to introduce today's special guests.
感谢四川省体育局、成都市人民政府、成都市体育局、武侯区人民政府、武侯区文体旅局、四川省体育馆、区消防救援局、区公安分局、玉林街道等，是你们共同铸就了全球格斗精英梦寐以求的终极舞台。
Thank you once again for joining us. A massive shout out to all the fans, guests, and the important people here today.
当32强只剩8席，今天谁将获得冠军殊荣？现在，让我们用全场最炸裂的欢呼声，拉开快手王者之战6暨 CPT 亚洲白金赛总决赛的战幕，有请8强选手登场。
哦。
但是呢，有一个小小的插曲，由于我们这个来自日本 Reject 战队的 Hinao 有一些个人的身体原因呢，可能会缺席我们的登场仪式。那在后续，他有可能会参加到我们的败者组的一个赛事。那大家这边呢，稍微多多包涵。
是的，好 ，It's time to kick off 快手 Fight Club 6 CPT Asia premiere with the loudest cheers in the arena. But before we start, player Hinao couldn't be able to make to the opening ceremony. But don't worry, he will join us on the stage later.
Whew.
Yeah, I got real scared.
I was gonna be like, no way.
登场仪式。那首先我们的第一位选手，他远渡重洋。 不仅扬言要夺走冠军，还要夺走小孩的粉丝。他究竟能否在成都证明自己？让我们有请 Noah the Prodigy！
Hell yeah, brother! Let's go right out of the curtains.
Not only to snatch the championship, but he claims to come here, take over Shanghai's fans. Can he prove himself? Let's welcome
What a beast!
Noah the Prodigy!
欢呼声！
Amazing stuff right there. Love the intro. And I'm glad we got the full translation to know that Noah is talking about trying to inherit the fans of Shanghai, right? I'm not going to go as far as to say take over, but inherit that type of fan base. Obviously, he tweeted, he was like, maybe I should move out here to China. They love me. So hopefully he can build on that fandom here in this top 8.
He runs in the family, man. No better recipient of said fan base than that man right there. The way he worked himself into top 8 and his opponent. Jojo Taro making his way to the stage, and also very, very exciting to watch. He has been dominant throughout his bracket, making it all the way here into top 8. This is actually going to be insane to see how he's been playing to face off against the one-of-a-kind play style coming in from Noah the Prodigy.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, Jojo Taro has defeated Oil King Yuto and VX Bao in this tournament alone to get here right now. He's got the one-of-one Noah the Prodigy in that winner semis.
他是来自 Reject 战队，日本格斗电竞的不老传说，街头霸王的无知极者，他就是 Tokido。
From Team Reject, the murder face, the legend of Japanese fighting game, the ultimate master of Street Fighter, Tokido!
Damn. The prestige and the titles are actually 100% accurate.
Did you see the line to get his autograph at this event?
I did.
Yeah,
I did on Twitter, yeah.
Ridiculous, right? You could tell the respect is flowing heavily for Tokido. perfectly put by the announcer, an icon of Japanese fighting games and the community as a whole.
The ultimate Street Fighter master. That should be a title.
用反应定义极限，用压制书写传奇。他是来自美国的霸者，让我们有请 Punk！
Damn, son.
Big pop for Punk as well.
Defining the limits with his reaction, riding the legend with his pressure playstyle. The dominant force, the alpha from the United States. Let's welcome Punk!
Why do every other country use English better than us? That's what I want to know.
You know, there's a lot of really great things they have to say about the players, like their titles, their explanations for them. It's been really on point.
Yeah.
诠释了何为涅槃重生。
They gotta have an English broadcast over there or something. I'll tell you what, these guys are doing a great job.
来自年轻的法国天才，让我们有请
Hell yeah. Yo, the My theme is a banger every single time.
But fought all the way back to our top 8. Representing the new generation for France Street Fighter, let's welcome Chaos Yu!
Yeah, you hear the announcer actually touch on it. The fact that he lost in his opening pool in the bracket and fought all the way through losers, defeating Oil King and Ryukichi in top 16 to make it here. Incredible run so far.
I can't even imagine how many games he had to like grind out with all the landmines that we talked about, right? Yeah. Players that he may not have data on. And one of those players could possibly be Ikuto, right? He's kind of like under the radar for me at least, and I didn't realize that he was actually one of the youngest players in this roster. I don't know exactly how old he is. It was either... Oh no, I think it was Hinao they were talking about.
Now I believe it's like 14, right? I think that some people in Japan call him the Japanese boss because of how young he is with the success that he's been building up. So, but Ikuto, yeah, probably not too far behind him, I'll tell you what. Or not too far ahead of him, I should say.
即将压轴登场的是我们的东道主，他来自重庆，进攻的万花筒，白金赛的黑马，怪人王子 Prince
The Monster Prince, one of the strongest Kimberlys in terms of performance and instinctual gameplay that we've seen so far.
Yeah, 100% right. Very confident play style, willing to take some big reads, really throws their opponent off their rhythm and really what they come to expect a Kimberly to bring to the table. That is really what's led him to the success, defeating both Akira and Freezer to get in the top 8.
8位选手晋级，那各位此刻站在这里，空气中感觉已经弥漫着火药味。
Does his sweatshirt say you look very nice?
我们的现场以及直播间的观众朋友们一起打个招呼。
That's pretty cool.
Congratulations once again. Please say hi to our fans.
I mean, we went up there in not a jersey as well.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
那么成都
I
是
mean,
一个
he's
很
gonna
难
get
的
signed
城
up for
市，
this,
想
that's
问
for
一下各
sure.
位，
He
来
has
到
to,
成都的
right?
赛场，给你最
I need to see him in those ads with Jen and VX Bao showing off the sticks and the pads and whatnot.
To be honest with you, like if you are on this top 8 stage in probably one of the hardest events in the CPT, you deserve to get sponsored.
Oh yeah.
Super excited. That's all.
Any statement you want to make?
I'm ready to go.
我来到这里非常兴奋，我已经准
No
备好
one, no
了。
one picks his spots to be a yapper and then to just, keep it cool, calm, collected. It's funny to see when he decides to do what.
この街の夜の街を歩いてみて本当にライトアップも美しくてすごく楽しんでます。この大会来た時は自分がトップ8来れるなんて夢にも思ってなかったんですけど、ここまで来たからには最後まで勝ち抜きたいと思います。
游走在成都，它是一座夜晚非常美丽的城市。这次来中国呢，并没有想到能来到8强，但是我会尽自己最大的努力打好这场比赛。
All right.
Oh, cool. I was gonna say we're gonna get a chance to find out, but no, listen, we're just
は
going
い
straight to Tokyo.
辛い食べ物が好きな僕にとって
As soon as
こ
he
の
speaks, the
成
crowd's
都という
already
街は
trying to like
本当に
resist themselves from
テ
popping.
ーブル
Yeah,
のよう
legit.
な街でございます。ここでね、しっかりと勝って優勝して強い姿を見せたいと思います。
喜欢吃辣的这座城市对我来说
Crazy
简直就像
is
是天国。
This
在这
man
样的环
exudes
境下，我
confidence.
一定会尽
Like
自己
his
最好的
stance,
努
his
力
posture,
赢下
the way
比
he
赛
speaks and presents himself. It's hard to like not be a fan of Tokido.
100%. One of the best promo cutters in the business. We didn't get a chance to hear what he said, but obviously he always brings words of
What's
wisdom.
the feeling coming to Chengdu, and can you make one statement before the game starts?
Yes, I just want to win the championship, and I hope to meet Tokido in the grand final.
我来这边就是拿冠军的，而且我想在决赛里碰到东大。
Yeah.
Of course, a storied history between Tokido and Punk in grand finals of major tournaments. Gate kept confirming his first Evo championship where he finally got a hold of one.
Because I need to qualify for Capcom Cup, so I will do my best.
Facts. He was like, I'm here to qualify, as you all are, right?
He either needs to win or get second, right?
I believe so, at the very least. Kills you points-wise, needs all the help he can get.
生徒に来て、本当すごくいい街で、会場もすごくきらびやかで、とてもいいところで楽しませてもらってます。まさかこんなとこまで自分が上がれるとあんま思ってなかったので、超緊張してるんですけど、その今回初戦の相手がお隣にいるキンバリの方で、結構勢いに乗ってる選手だと思うので、倒す。勝ちたいっていう気持ちもあるんですけど、その試合すること自体がすごく楽しみです。
成都是一座非常美丽的城
Man,
市。
I can't believe it's going to be Iguto versus Monster Prince right off the bat. We're going to see two very heavily conflicting playstyles. And I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if my heart's ready for it because my heart says Monster Prince, but a little bit of my brain says Iguto.
I feel that, right? Yeah, like Iguto obviously is the hometown buff as well. He has a very erratic, aggressive play style that can take advantage of opponents, catch them off guard, throw them off their rhythm, and that's definitely going to be something to watch as we get into the matches.
好，那么我们也预祝各位取得满意的成绩。下面有请首轮对决的选手到备战区域，其余的选手呢可以到台下休息，谢谢。
Now please take your seats and
So
get
we're
ready to
obviously
play.
missing a player from the top 8 stage. They had mentioned it right off the bat. He now is not on that stage currently, but he will be playing. He will be arriving for his matchup. So no worries if you're a Hinao fan. We're making sure that he gets to the venue safely or is at least preparing to do so. Noah versus Jototaro to start things off. But as we get into it, right, we have Hinao versus Tokido, Punk versus Kills You. That's kind of wild. It's kind of like a subtle jab, right? Like, Punk immediately looking towards Tokido. He's like, I can't wait to fight you in the grand finals. And Kills You just like, I need to qualify, bro.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's like, I need to win. I need to qualify, dude.
And yeah, I was double checking over here how many points Kills You had coming into the tournament. It's 140, right? So I believe he needs a full-fledged first place. Second place is going to get him to 440, which that's a full 300, right? And that's going to tie him with players like Indy Walker and Itabashi Zangief, who are kind of getting leapfrogged in this tournament. So I believe Kills You will hold the tiebreaker over those players, though, in the case that happens. So he definitely still has a chance, even if he gets second, but obviously he's going to be looking for the first because that solidifies his spot.
Yeah, and also just taking a look at like what's to come in regards to like the matchups as well. Like we talk about Kills You and what he would need to do, right? He has quite the threat ahead of him with Punk the God. That is quite the heavy hand dealt to him in the first round of losers. But just to kind of project the top 8 bracket winner semifinals, again, you can see it on your screen. We had talked about it multiple times before. To kind of finalize losers round 1, Prince GR versus Iguto, that one's going to be high octane for sure. The overall character spread has been pretty solid, I will say as well.
Yeah, they like filtered all the Mize to Punk, right? Like he had to take down Nowman and Chris Wong and now Kills You. So the rest of the bracket, it looks phenomenal. Noah the Prodigy, obviously the Luke loyalist still here. Jojo Taro in the building as well. I think showed off a little Luke himself, and then the Ryu, if I'm not mistaken. We saw Hanao and Tokido go at it yesterday. Just an incredible play from both sides there with Tokido. Obviously playing a lot of JP, but we've been seeing plenty of the Ken as well when it comes to certain matchups, including the Mai matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to have to worry about that a little bit too much, at least within the winner semifinals. But then Punk and Kills You, we've talked about the Mize that Punk has to go through. I think he's going to be well prepared for that. It's more up to Kills You to kind of give a different look. And then Prince GR versus Iguto. Again, we've talked about that eccentric Kimberly play. I wonder if he's going to like turn it up a notch to an 11, or if he's going to change up and dial it down a little bit to play a little bit more of a calm play style, which I don't expect, honestly, because he's been throwing off so many different players with how he's playing right now. I don't think that Iguto would have enough time to really like study the tapes and be like, all right, I can formulate a game plan around this, because it's just been so difficult to even call out.
Yeah, the lucky part for Iguto, right, is that he's made it to the promised land of 3 out of 5. So at least he gets that extra game to get some intel on somebody like Prince, right? And Prince is definitely in that erratic style where you're very aggressive and unpredictable. That, I mean, flourishes so hard in 2 out of 3. Is very difficult to get the amount of intel you need if you don't have it previously to take down somebody like that. So with Iguto, he's going to have a little bit more leeway with the 3 out of 5, as with all of these players will. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting one, man. I didn't really touch on it beforehand, but Noah was able to take down Chris Wong, Taco, and Despair King on his way here, right? Jojo Taro was able to take down Oil King, Yuto, and VX Bao.
Damn,
yeah, man. Now took down Freezer, Ryukichi, and Ryusei, and then Tokido, DCQ, Aqua, and Now, man. I mean,
oh my God.
It's been wild, bro. So many people are here, right? We talked about how Kills You started. Like, it lost in his opening pool and has made it all the way to top 8. And you mentioned how he's got a lot ahead of him, right? Obviously, not only is Punk a world-class player, one of the best in the business, period, but also this is essentially Punk's grand finals, this match, right? Because he's currently in on the top 6 leaderboard. But if he wins this next match, he is guaranteed. It doesn't matter what happens from there, he will qualify in the Capcom Cup via the leaderboard.
That is so much pressure, man. And you know what's crazy? We've actually had like numerous interviews where Punk has talked about like nerves and pressure. He does still feel it, right? Like he's learned to kind of not just suppress it, but kind of embrace it to fuel him even further in some of these games, right? And I know James has harped on this a bunch of times before. Sometimes Punk gets emotional and he is his own worst enemy. I feel like that's not true anymore.
Yeah, I honestly think Punk has done a real good job in the maturation process and really being able to harness his emotions for the better more times than not, right? I feel like we see him celebrate and be exuberant more than ever being like salty or anything like that. And he's had moments to be salty, right?
Yeah.
We saw what happened at DWC, and he took that like a champ, right? He actually smiled on his face, congratulated Xiaohai. He didn't throw any controllers. He didn't show his mood to be sour on the stage.
Yeah.
He's definitely controlled a lot of what really led him here at the beginning and those emotions to be better.
I was laughing because like it was the complete opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to Xiaohai. He like football spiked the headset, dude, and he almost like crossed over the wire because he got stuck on something. He almost brought the entire setup down just to like come up to Punk. That's actually kind of wild. On the other hand, though, Kills You, he's been very calm and collected since we've known him, right? He's always had like the professional demeanor and making sure that his emotions never kind of like rise to the top of the teapot, really, or at least kind of blow over like the kettle. But I will say the only time he's actually made any sort of statement was definitely on Twitter. He's like, hey, man, you know, it was against Thunder the Langus,
Oh, that's right.
That was the only time where I saw or heard of a clapback from Kills You. He was like, you know, most of the time I let things slide, but I've definitely got your number on this one. You definitely shook my hand. Like, that was wild because this guy.
It was, yeah.
I feel like he's like the calmest person on the planet.
Yeah, you don't really ever see him talk much, whether it's like the good or the bad. He just kind of keeps to himself a lot of the time, plays the game, and then came out of the woodwork. Hold on, buddy. This is not just that's getting me into these places, right? Obviously, Kills You, a very talented player. He's like, I've gotten results specifically against you in that instance before the mod. Yeah,
so wild, bro.
I respect that. I respect defending your integrity, right? Like, do not try to diss me as a player just because I wanted the character select screen. Come on now.
He wasn't even like tagged in that post. He was.
He was name searching?
He was, I mean, something. I mean, somebody done the recon. He's like, sir, I've brought a field report. Kills You's like, on my desk.
Right there in the Discord. Put it in the main channel. Let me know what's happening here.
That's wild, son. But here we go. Noah the Prodigy going up against Jojo Taro. Talking about the matchup itself, right? Noah, his Luke has been so dominant. Jojo Taro highlighting the Akuma for this match, right? As he should.
Yeah, definitely like the idea to go with the Akuma and his plethora of Shotos that he can bring to the table here. Very smart stuff going up against the Noah Luke. And obviously the thing with Akuma in this matchup, this player matchup specifically, is Noah's such an explosive player, right? If you end up getting a little bit behind, mismanage your resources, getting to burn out yourself, I think it'd be a real short trip for Akuma. But let's get into it. It's going to be the first winter semis of our top 8 here at the Fight Club Championship. It's going to be a great one as our players do not let the intros rock. Let's get to business.
I'm kind of curious to see what happens like once that burnout moment hits from the side of Noah the Prodigy as soon as his turn is over, right? Will Jojo Taro be able to enforce the pressure as Akuma should and does so really well? That overhead not blocked whatsoever into the east side already. Jojo Taro does find a Demon Raid at least to get himself out of the corner. Noah actually committed to the heavy flash knuckle. We talked about that medium punch being so dastardly, right? On block into problem. Being able to confirm into the target combo. Pretty damn good. I like that interruption. OD uppercut so far. Noah not shy when using said tactic. Suppressor just eating the fireball. But it's going to be the biggest control that Jojo Taro needs with the fireballs up until this point.
Yeah, indeed. Noah successful on 2 of the DPs, and he was actually trying to base him out from Jojo Taro. They never came, but found the last hit he needed, and of course burning out with the kill in the process. A signature Noah ender.
2 times in that round. he went into burnout, if I'm not mistaken.
Either way, Noah.
Am I tripping, actually?
I think that was the only time he was.
Oh, that was the only time? Okay, maybe he was mad low,
close.
excuse me.
Yeah, definitely some real close calls.
Yeah, I'm just imagining things at this hour. I'll tell
We're
you
just
what.
so used to seeing Noah in burnout, right? Oh, he finally gets it. He's been baiting so many DPs in that opening round. Jojo Taro finally gives it to him, and he's going to pay with a whole L to hold in his chest.
I will definitely reveal the contents of our conversation between me, Noah the Prodigy, and Ringe. It was definitely I'm playing pretty good, huh? And
Yeah,
I'm like,
literally.
I skipped the question.
We got.
I skipped the question. I said, hey, it's time to lock in.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's go. And then he asked, do you think he's scared?
Ooh.
And I'm like, I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah.
Except for like, oh, he ain't ready for you.
Exactly.
Kind of thing, right?
I mean, who wouldn't be? At the end of the day, when it comes to Noah the Prodigy, willing to burn himself out left, right, and center, even with no meter to his name, right? Beautiful parry. He even tried to check on the drive rush. It was a little overzealous.
And I'm glad that he kind of walked back, or at least jumped back into a position where, like, if he does get perfect parry, he doesn't get thrown into the corner for that pressure. By the time by the time he reaches this part of the corner, he still has a pretty decent amount of drive gauge left. But since that drive impact happened, it's a whole different story.
Indeed, one of the few times. Oh. Indeed, and then Jojo Taro finding the throw, babe. I was going to say one of the few times we've seen Noah successfully DI stunned in the corner because he had no meter to defend himself. That was great sequencing from Jojo Taro to sneak it in right before he built that first meter. Oh, and again, really representing these ODDPs, primarily against that drive rush overhead.
It's pretty strong, right? Being able to catch that as an option select. Jojo Taro is not trying to make himself safe. He loses his turn and also loses a lot of the drive gauge on the way, but that parry actually got him a little bit of that bar back. Noah the Prodigy still ready for these demon raids? Oh, you're hella dead. You actually risked it again. Damn, the DDT, mad damage.
Even flow.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing the thing.
Lord forbid a white boy get a little motion. Luke out here.
Mr. Sullivan, I need you to turn it down a little bit.
Right here, and again, got to force the issue, right? Jojo Taro didn't want to do the DPOS there because it was off the heavy. Very smart stuff from him to hold back in that instance. But Noah, once again, committing to some of these defensive decisions, now in trouble in the corner. Ooh. And what a commitment this is. Very successful, level 3. This is going to be bringing the life to about even, and that drive fully in Noah's favor.
Drive rush immediately out the gate. Jojo Taro, immediate stop on the second drive rush attempt. Perfect parry on the fireball, waiting for Noah to jump. Absolutely ready for the DP. Look at the battle between drive gauges, the parries coming in. And speaking of, Jojo Taro not going to go for the corner positioning because he has level 3. So he understands the kill shot coming through with that full sequence. Excellent choices made from Jojo Taro on both offense and defense, tying it all up, one apiece.
Yeah, great recognition with the routing right there, right? Even with the scaling on the perfect parry, of course, the level 3s can only be scaled so much. Knew exactly that he had enough damage to pour on before the super to get the kill.
Seems evenly matched in terms of the pacing. Jojo Taro strikes first. Does get the low medium kick. Carrying Noah to the corner, that's going to be so problematic. Will he risk another ODDP, or will Jojo be able to layer on the pressure? From this range, low medium kick has been getting so much mileage out of it and so much damage off of Noah the Prodigy's life bar. But right now, he's hovering between the ranges of attempting, or at least covering Noah's jump out. Just not in that sequence, not in that instance he gets clipped.
Indeed, right. Got caught, lost in the lights a little bit. I think maybe trying to walk under. Oh no, and then the big fierce as well. Yo, he played so perfect for so long, but the Akuma health bar combined with these damage starters that Noah got, that's the round on the board for the kid.
How many touches was that?
I want to say 2. It was, I think, a 2 and a sprinkle of something else. That's about it. Because there was a jump in and then the heavy starter, and I think he might have like hit him with a sandblast here or there, something like that. But yeah, damn near 2 touched.
Does find the counter hit against Noah. He was trying to find the counter bait against that drive rush with that suppressor. But Jojo showing off a little bit of a drive rush of his own. Not scared to spend some of that drive gauge to get aggressive. Does cover the jump out option, a little bit of damage. And I like that, now adjusting to the suppressor. That standing heavy punch, just so much range on it, and you're gonna be able to cancel. Look at the level 3, draining the drive gauge now. Actually not quite, my mistake.
Oh, just barely holding on to it, and Noah's gonna let it rip here. He's got 1 bar to his name. But you got to protect for so long. It's going to be safe. He still presses on it. Jojo Taro tried to challenge. He's close to losing drive gauge himself, but committed to the flash knuckle. I'm not sure what happened with that. Indeed, now it has been even so far, as you highlighted previously. See, we're going to take control of the set so late on the demon flip.
not afraid to show off that ODDP either. A little bit too far out. The walk back speed from Akuma just getting himself out of the throw range. Nor the Prodigy thought he had an opportunity to do so with that throw. But you got to lock down Jojo Taro first. Maybe it's going to be some sort of conditioning going forward if you check with the low medium pick. But right now, laying on that pressure.
Jojo Taro doing such a good job, really keeping a lot of his pressure tight, making Noah,
uppercut.
Yeah, spin some meter or use the system mechanic. Level 2, though, as we've talked about, damn near impossible to DI Noah if he's got the meter to protect himself. He did spin both, though.
Oh,
very scary.
Oh my God.
There's the perfect chip kill. Jojo Taro immediately recognizing he got Noah down enough to be able to use the super, take the rest of that life bar, and now a 2-1 lead. Jojo Taro's done a great job not getting bullied by Noah, really weathering the storm of the pace that he wants to create, and he's been really successful on offense.
Good thing I didn't answer that question truthfully, I'll tell you what. But still, Jojo Taro not playing scared, right?
No.
He's willing to spend the drive gauge. He's willing to show off all of these ODDPs, as you saw in the first game, but the adjustments have been thoroughly made. Already off to a very confident and, I was going to say, intimidating start, right? Forcing Noah into that burnout quite quickly, getting into that DI while he had 0 bars. This is so clean right now from Jojo Taro. Looking at match point.
Yeah, he's really been keeping Noah jailed at certain spaces, right? And usually Noah can make some magic happen and get out of the corner when he needs to, but Jojo Taro has not let him. It's been a phenomenal performance so far.
Ooh, check the walk forward now. Full steam ahead for Noah the Prodigy. Just a little bit of 1 bar left. Jojo Taro escaping with the ODDP for his life, by the way.
Yeah, finally finds it, right? Oh, no!
He had the punish counter.
Yeah, not confident that it was actually going to punish outright. Big mistake from Noah here. Neutral jump, and he just does the double dash into DP anti-air to close out the set. What a way to get into winners finals.
I was terrified that maybe it wouldn't clip, but I mean, it cancels a lot faster into the CA.
Oh, yeah.
Or the level 3 if you do it off of an uppercut, but damn, I like that. Jojo Taro showing no fear. I guess I answered that question incorrectly on the DMs. I guess he wasn't scared at all.
Yeah, a lot of people get intimidated by that Noah playstyle, right? When they know they're going to have to face him, they know what's about to come, the chaos, the aggression that he brings to the table a lot of the time. Jojo Taro weathered it all perfectly, and honestly, he tried to be the aggressor in most instances, which is, I think, a very strong strat against Noah that we saw, right? Don't let him dictate the pace. Don't let him get you in your own head. Jojo Taro did a great job really playing his own game.
And a little bit of a side note, you talked about playing his own game, right? He had a specific strategy on defense that didn't work out in game 1, but we saw it come through in the later ends of those sets, right? In game 3, he still opted to go for ODDP and clip Noah the Prodigy. That alone is such a big W against the way that Noah wants to play, right? He's pretty much like a rabid beast, doesn't want to let go as soon as he gets that bite, but Jojo Taro still being able to like stick to his gun, stick to his strategy. That big opener was everything in the corner in that last instance of game 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was really able to keep him locked in this corner for a lot of it, right? This is one of the times that Noah actually had me here to defend himself, which he did so successfully. But we saw Jojo Taro really force him into situations in the corner where he couldn't actually get out and just guarantee the DI checkmates. Really great recognition at every corner with a quick chip kill. As soon as he saw he was able to achieve it, you see the big throw baits attacking the drive meter because he knows that he can get a guaranteed DI if he puts him in burnout there. Like, yeah, Jojo Taro's game recognition in this match was at top level.
Excellent choices made in regards to like chasing down all of the resources, and man, chasing down the jump from that far with the double dash, that is mad impressive. I can't believe he actually had that much time to dash twice and still catch Luke mid-air.
Yeah, that
Can
was
you believe
nuts.
that?
No, I thought he was going to be landing by the time, but he was able to sneak into DP right before he landed. Yeah, as you put, right? I believe it's 2 frames when it's canceled into from DP, so it's the Akuma privilege. You're like pretty much always going to get the cinematic if you get that anti-air. So that's going to spell one of our winners finals appearances, Jojo Taro, and now we're going to hop on down to Hanao versus Tokido.
I hope he's made it to the venue. That's like my biggest concern right now. Yeah.
We are not 100% sure if Hanao is needed yet. They said that we have nothing to worry about, and we just got word that he is in there. So we're going to get him versus Tokido in the next one.
Yeah, that's going to be kind of exciting to watch, right? Like the new generation going up against one of the old guards, one of the legends in the FGC. So much veteran experience. But talking about it too, Tokido, he's actually dabbled a bunch with JP most recently. I know Sherry and myself have talked about it. We talked about it on day 2 as well.
Yeah.
We've kind of highlighted like the differences between like playing a character you're comfortable with versus playing a character that's better suited for your matchups. And I think overall, like Tokido's understanding of that is so high up. Like I think I want to say like it's not like better than anybody else, but his understanding of it is pretty much on par in regards to like how everybody wants to make these counter picks happen. I think him sticking it out with Ken for like even matchups that he feels is not going to be the best for him still works out for him, right? Like his understanding of like what he needs to do within like matchups that are even or below even is quite astounding.
He has a very strong understanding of how comfortable he needs to be with the character to beat the matchup that he's playing, right? So like if there's something that where he feels like the JP strength outweighs his unfamiliarity, then he's gonna bring out the JP. Otherwise, it's most likely gonna be the Ken character that he's put so much time and investment into to get into this point. And on the other side, we talk about Hanao, man. Tokido has been playing fighting games longer than Hanao has been alive. So it is going to be a generational clash, to say the least.
It's kind of wild too. Like I'd imagine them being a part of the same camp, they have like a good amount of training sessions. And I wonder if like Tokido has had like a direct hand towards the success of Hanao.
Yeah, that's kind of where my mind was as well. Like how much have these two talked about it, right? Considering they're both part of Reject and now obviously part of the youth division that essentially you would imagine is going to be mentored by the Reject veterans. So how much mentorship has Tokido done up until this point? How well does he know Hanao? How well does Hanao know Tokido on a level of gameplay? So this has a really potential to be an unorthodox, weird match. I'm very excited to see how it all plays out.
The whole time, Tokido was just sandbagging. Can you imagine that?
So now we're going to get the other half of winners semifinals. The winner of this is going to go on to face Jojotaro in winners finals. Hanao versus Tokido, an all Reject affair. Let's see who gets it.
I forgot he's the one that rocks the beach outfit look. I love that.
Trying to distract him with the abs.
The full barrel of him. Here we go. Hanao versus Tokido, game one. Already at the gate, trying to use that drive gauge. Twice over, by the way. He went for the light into the cancel and then drive rush forward again. Oh, you can't do that against Tokido, no matter what age limit he's at.
Yeah, I wonder what he was expecting to come out after the drive rush. It's not like Ken has it overhead from there, but the suppressor gonna stop anything in Tokido's tracks. Whew. Good back dash, but couldn't quite get the whip punch he was looking for.
Dude, he is slugging all the right ranges. Oh, I think he rolled the stick over.
Absolutely.
And tried to throw and got the charge instead.
Unfortunate, a little bit stored input error right there, but he snipes, beats Tokido to the button, literally. He's gonna have to spin the level 1, but that's no problem. And now on the board to start the set.
Jesus, man. Hanao coming back from the brink of like near defeat off of that pretty significant error. Like it's not his fault. Obviously there was an execution error, but just unfortunate roll of the stick. But, or at least leverless perhaps.
Yeah,
I didn't get to see his peripheral, I'm not gonna lie to you. We do get the drive impact punish counter. Now overcommitting level 2 coming on in for Tokido. Chunky amounts of damage, but no control just yet.
Exactly, a little further away, right? And now just gonna outright punish that Jinrai. But Tokido, he put it out there so he'd do that, right? And get put in a burnout. But now, I mean, we've seen these Lukes and the way they're able to play in burnout. Maybe it's not just Noah anymore.
Oh my God! He pressed the button and no conversion from Tokido.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say 0 on block after that Jinrai in burnout, but now never let any supers rip or anything like that. So Tokido paid off when it comes to the aggression.
So close was he now too. He had like, what, full critical already?
Oh yeah.
I wonder if he would have been out of range if he stood up away from like the low medium kick.
Maybe actually, yeah, the shrinking of the hurt box when you're standing versus crouching.
Nice conversion. That was actually a pretty far crouching medium punch. Good recognition.
And they're now looking to establish the throw a little bit. Has to get back to the corner again, just outside the crouch medium kick range, burns himself out. Yo, interrupts with a crouch strong, but nothing afterwards. Tokido continuing to apply this pressure.
Oh, not quite the jump out though. Oh my God! What a bait out against the low forward. Just reeling his hurt box back with that flash knuckle. And best of all, what the hell? He had like a slight murder face look to him.
Oh, okay. Maybe some more mentoring than we thought.
Possibly. But either way, I mean, he still would have had level 3 back behind it. What a call out against Tokido. Now, up one game. Oh, dude, this guy's sick.
Yeah.
Drive, rush forward, counter hit, crouch, jab, converting into the standing heavy punch. This guy's amazing.
And that was super clean from Hanao right there. All the processing speed on full display here. Some great usages of suppressor. And again, catching Tokido trying to escape, letting him know that there is none. Ooh.
This guy is sick, Range. This guy is insanely well, I guess, well versed in regards to like the spacing, in regards to his links and understanding of what Tokido wants to do. His game sense is at an all-time high. Excuse me. I am like flabbergasted. I can't even speak correctly when I see this guy play.
So I'm saying the Dodgers won, bro. I get it. The adrenaline is freaking flowing through the veins. But right now, Hanao again off the bat. Maybe he is a part of the contingent of Dodger fans as well. Because we're going to get all of this in the corner. Tokido with a nice backdash, but an offensive drive reversal to knock him down. Tax him for jumping out of the corner.
Do score the back throw. Oh, man on base for that one.
Bro, what? Just double suppressor? You ain't going to hear this. You ain't get your house shot up, but you ain't going to hear it. Suppressors left and right from Hanao. Rarely do I ever see Luke nowadays in general, but even when he was popular, there was not a lot of people doing back-to-back suppressor like that. He is in Tokido's head right now.
Almost felt like Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
I was like, excuse me? This thing is kind of sick. V-Skill 2?
Yeah.
I can't believe I remembered that. Hold up.
That was good stuff.
Is that right,
deep
actually?
cut that you just pulled out.
I don't even remember which V-Skill it is. I'm not going to lie to you. But it's one of the V-Skills. Man, what a... Do you remember back medium punch?
Bro.
Do you remember that?
I
How plus that was on block?
Punch, yeah.
On block, excuse me. That was... That was a war
That was
crime.
a time. That was a time, to say the least.
I'll definitely blame Nakayama-san for that one.
And now up a 2-0 here on Tokido has really shown that he's kind of tuned in to Tokido's habits, right? We've seen a lot of like the heavy flash knuckle as well when Tokido wants to do like reversal crouch medium kick. Really is honed in on what Ken's and Tokido specifically likes to do.
Within this range, you can kind of see him throwing out a lot of these normals to prevent Tokido from moving on forward, but he's inching his way towards... Okay, well, not anymore. Now, using that drive rush very effectively, trying to bait out something. Drive rush forward, neutral jump.
Yeah, it was the drive rush cancel too off the fierce, right, that you can't really do the OD DPOS on because you can just block via the heavy. So now that's one of the big things with Luke, but a bigger thing right now is the perfect parry from Tokido, allowing him to get the punish. Oh, he tried the overhead, but now willing to let it rip.
Scary stuff. Willing to break out. Puts himself into burnout.
He's been willing to trade after every time. Tokido's made the most of it, especially with the chip kill on the level 2. Great job identifying that going into the OD Jinrai beforehand.
That was so much chip damage too, and that wasn't even like the rest of the super.
Yeah, legit. That OD Jinrai at a level 2 sequence chips off a significant chunk of your bar, probably approaching like level 3 status.
Ugh.
Oh,
what
he baited it out! What a throw. Hit the emergency brake on him real quick.
And you know he was mashing for his life.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as that drive rush happened. Oh, input error!
Yeah, I just wanted a sandblast.
Yeah, I held forward just a bit too long. Oh.
And again here, now. See how much meter he spins. You gotta use the level 2 for the beast mode. Put the team on my back, though. That team being reject, he's on set point.
I love that. Really well thought out. Utilizing that OD shoulder tackle to cancel into the level 2 rather than spend that level 3 outright. Tied in meter between the two. Tokido pretty much working on his level 2 real soon. Hinao, though, again baiting Tokido in the first error. Has to do an uppercut too close to the corner to continue on with more flash knuckles. But still, delaying that normal. Actually, throwing out a higher startup frame normal. Catching the delay button from Tokido is everything. Sit him back down!
Trying to escape me in the jump, and he got him with the DI. He gets the right combo routing as well. Now dominating performance, a perfect exclamation point to get into winners finals. What a performance from this dude, man.
This guy is insane. I completely, dude, he's hella 14, bro.
Yeah.
He stood up next to Tokido. I was like, wait a minute. This kid is, yeah, man, he's like half his size.
I was gonna say, he's still got a lot of growing to do, both as a human and a fighting game player, but man, what a start he is on, considering he's in winners finals, hasn't dropped a set today, or excuse me, in the whole tournament. What a showing, man.
Damn. Half his size and already like beyond half of Tokido's age. I can't believe he actually got checked like that. I mean, it is tough to rather call like under these situations. There have been so many different approaches that he now has shown that is so hard to tell even like how to prepare for. You can't like perfect parry it. You can't just sit there and block. You get blown up with DI. Even if trying to go for an ODDP, dude, I hope that gets highlighted because that was a phenomenal call out against Tokido. But I think a lot of it has to do with probably being within the same camp. There are so many specific call-outs that he now had against Tokido that pretty much had his number throughout the series.
Yeah, we kind of mentioned at the top, right, that it had a chance to be like an unorthodox, like weird match, because that's what you get when you get two players that play each other a lot. But honestly, it felt like Hanao had just been studying Tokido left and right. And I mean, that is the job of the mentee, right, when it comes to trying to learn from the mentor. And it just felt like Hanao had his number, knew exactly the habits that Tokido liked. And yeah, like the double suppressor, that's something that feels like they've played like thousands of matches against each other. And Hanao is just experimenting with something that works occasionally against Tokido, and worked here, that's for sure.
I wonder if it was one of those situations where it hits towards like the tail end of the active frames, where Tokido doesn't want to press a button because it might be a little bit 2+. But most of the time, I don't think it is, right? So it's kind of awkward to see like how that had landed, and it was a counter hit, by the way, against Tokido. But man, Hinao, explosive. We talked, dude, when he sits in that chair, I just saw that camera angle. He is like almost like head level.
I was gonna say he disappears.
Yeah, dude. Chair, his head is like at the height of the desk when he sits down. But we were expecting a lot of explosiveness coming in from between Noah the Prodigy and Jojo Toro, which we did, but it was more so on the side of Jojo Toro. But the redemption arc from the other Luke was unexpected.
Yeah, man. Hanao, using the Luke as well. Just taking down Tokido. What a dominant performance. That was a one for the books, to say the least. He's going to be facing Jojo Taro in that winners finals, as now we drop down to the loser side for action. This is where the second chances are, right? The safety nets are gone. Win or go home. And these next two players have everything to play for. Killzyou only at 140 points coming into this tournament. Needs at least second place to get into that top 6 for 440. To solidify his spot, he needs that first place finish. Punk the God currently in, but depending on how this top 8 plays out, he could also get pushed out. So this match right here, if he wins, he is guaranteed to qualify into Capcom Cup 12.
Terrifying stipulations, man.
Yeah.
I'm very concerned for both of these individuals, right? I feel like, Killzyou obviously has like the much bigger mountain to climb, but I feel like just getting into Capcom Cup, the weight feels the same. This single win is everything for Punk, and it's wild to see like his current roster of characters and seeing his growth. But the same with Killzyou, right? Like the transition between character to character currently on my. I'm torn. I'm genuinely torn. Killzyou has definitely been one of the favorites to watch from the EU region. Also, one of my personal favorites to kind of like check out and see how he's developed himself going into it. But he's highlighted the jury range, and he's committing to the jury pick. Hold up.
So no actual Mai, right? He had been using Mai for so much of this tournament, but before Mai came out, he has been a jury player for quite some time. And then to echo some of your points about Killzyou, I remember the SFL EU being one of the only players to defeat Angry Bird, right? He really excels against top-level competition, and players like Punk, who want to play the game as you properly should, quote-unquote. Really strong footsies, really strong ground game, and he can contend with the best in that style. But right now, Punk might be showing him that there's levels to this. That was a clean sweep whip punish, and then obviously the crouch pierce to start. Get him back in the corner with the landing frame punish as well.
Rather tough. He tried to get out of the corner, right? It was either a jump, caught the pre-jump frames, or even a walk forward. Killzyou getting dominated in the first round. The very, very impressive perfect from Punk.
I won't lie either. Punk yesterday up against Nowman and Chris Wong looked in prime form, like best in the world version of Punk. So if he's brought that same brand today, Killzyou's gonna have his hands full. Oh, look at the red pole kicks, bruh.
The forward heavy punch. And now the back roundhouse. A couple of heavies already catching Punk off guard. Damn near beyond 55%. Getting closer to it. Watch out for this throw, perhaps. Overhead does get blocked, but still the punish counter is there, being able to link the rest of the combo. Killzyou using full resources, or at least getting to the fireball to link too. Killzyou looking with a big rebuttal, rather clean.
I really love the fact that Killzyou was patient during that scramble trade at the end right there. Punk really likes to go dive kick after the trades, right? Because usually people will commit to something and get dodged it and punish it. Speaking of which, Killzyou dodges the jump in, gets the landing frame punish. Now we're in the corner.
Going for a delayed button this time, just in case the delayed tech was coming. Punk does find a way out.
Yeah, trying to get his fuzzy offense going with that fierce right, but that is susceptible to getting jumped in on, which is exactly what we saw. Now Punk, 3 throws in a row, 4 throws in a row. Oh my goodness, when are we gonna stop? Tries to set up a couple of jabs beforehand to throw off, kills use timing. Gets the jump in is blocked, and he is not flinching. He'll take another throw. Will it be one more eventually? No! All those throws, and kills you's gonna be the one that actually takes game 1. Man, throw loops are so strong, guys.
What? Sorry.
I mean, they are strong, but as you can see, you can eat 5 throws in a row and still get the game yourself. Kills you. What a stop.
I was at a loss for words when you hit that downward pitch afterwards. Throws are so strong, guys. Like it is absolutely strong,
absolutely,
right?
for sure,
but still,
for sure.
I mean, that's just how it goes. You have level 3, a single heavy hit going into a full sequence with a drive gauge dump out. Just as damaging, if not more.
Indeed.
Ooh, what a call out too. Coming in from Punk. Drive rush after drive rush kills you, trying to claim that space too. That standing roundhouse to check Punk just in case. A lot of these hits that are coming in from kills you have been with intention, right?
Oh yeah.
Just within range, forcing Punk to block, and then some of it within range actually catches him moving forward. As long as it's not whiffed, then it's not a problem, right?
Yeah, speaking of which, kills you, it felt like it was a throw whiff, but it was strange. He was so far away. I don't know what that was about, but either way, we're back to a very even scenario here.
Oh, committed to the parry way prior, expecting maybe a dive kick.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of holding the parry for a minute, wanting to nullify the jump mix-up. Man, it's been so even. The quick spin right before the fireball can release from the feet. Punk beat him by a frame or 2.
Cammy's so sick.
She is. Legit, I know she's had some reigns of terror, but she is still probably my favorite female Street Fighter character.
Oh, free.
Yeah.
Aki's getting up there for me though, low-key.
Yeah, there's been some great additions for sure.
Oh, too far out to get a back medium punch.
Yeah.
The trade-off, way better for Kills You on that one. The pressure too, all coming from the standing medium punch. Back into the corner you go, drive rush forward. Noah's gonna be the fireball to set up and keep Punk in this corner.
Yeah, Punk's like counter hit on the throw. Speaking of which now, it's the counter hit with the fierce. Baits out the DP. He's going for the optimal starter as well, that drive rush. I'm gonna put the pressure on, Kills You in the corner here. What a big jump out. Kills You now able to switch the stage advantage, trying to make Punk come to him.
Rather difficult, right? Both at a single hit away from death. And that's the one right there. Low, medium kick, calling out the ranges against Kills You, dumps out the level 3. That's all she wrote. Tied up 1 game apiece. It's so difficult to try to like keep away from Punk without giving up too much real estate, and also trying to encroach on his space to force maybe like a block, right? Because the timing is just so all over the place. Punk is so calculated when it comes to throwing out these normals. And same with Kills You, right? He's landed majority of these big, heavy normals to kind of drain the drive gauge away from Punk. As we saw, that big roundhouse coming on in. Drive rush forward with a medium kick, just at the right ranges.
Yeah, it feels like that's probably why he picked Jury, right? It's because of stuff like that, the Renko kick, her having a long crouch medium kick herself, gives him a better toolkit to kind of play these footsie games with.
We're starting to see some of the big, some of the big ideas of trying to get himself out of the corner as Kills You.
Yeah, Kills You committed to one of those big buttons that we were talking about before, but now Punk committing to a big option of his own. Paying for it dearly here. He tried to bait out another one, but didn't give it to him. No anti-air either.
So reluctant to do so, right? He's keeping an eye on whether or not Punk's going to commit to any sort of dive kick from that range, or at least a moment of wake-up, but this is kind of difficult now. Oh, the Renko kick gets blown up! It was within range, and guess what? It was perfect for Punk to snipe it out with a neutral jump.
Punk has recognized the normals that Kills You wants to use, right? He neutral jumped, I believe, our stand roundhouse previously. Now the Renko kicks get neutral jumped. He sees what Kills You's trying to do and why he picked Jury in this matchup. Big exposure in that last round.
Oh, and there was such a delay too, off of the crouching jab counter hit to link into that crouching medium punch. Good awareness from Punk to be able to get that conversion. Kills You, tries to go for a throw.
Oh, and then loaded up the stock, and man, that stock is crashing down. Wrong investment. Punk gonna be able to take a whole lot of life and drive with that punish.
Oh, you already know the objective is to drain out the drive gauge. Try to sneak in, a drive impact Kills You out of the corner. What do you do about it though? You're pretty much on defense the majority of the time. That dash up does get checked. It was a counter hit. Wake up level 1. That's going to be fully parried. Up until that point, yeah, just jumping out of the way. That's been a very common thing now. Not dead yet! Okay, I lied!
Yeah, Punk was win with like a little bit of a stylish ender there. Didn't do enough damage, but did get the chip kill with the spiral arrow to follow anyway. Yeah, because you did have meter, maybe we would have saw that coming. You could have woke up with something right and could have been bad for Punk, but it's all right. It all shakes out in his favor. It's going to be a 2-1 lead as Kills You busts out the Mai to try to get himself back into the set.
I love that too. Coming in with the character he's had so much success with at this event and events prior.
Yeah.
At UFA.
And yeah, just in this tournament, right, Kills You has primarily been playing Mai. Punk, as we talked about, took down Nowman and Chris Wong. But he's been in Japan, right, Punky? Maybe he's been used to the Japanese or Asia brand of Mai, while Kills You maybe bringing a little bit of a different flavor to it.
Oh, just at the right angle. Able to get that link into the crouching jab. You get the Ryu Enbu into the booty bump elbow. Excuse me, the Killer Bee Sting. Hello.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my! No pun intended.
And then the double sweep again, right? Pong is in the zone when he's getting those sweep whip punishes. Now Kills You burnt out in the corner here. He's draining some life before going for that DI as well. He'll kill from here, and that's why he chooses to do it. Punk the God on set and qualification point.
This is huge. Kills You. Again, not willing to spend that level 1. I don't think it would have been able to make that much more of a difference because you're still going to be in that burnout state. But now, how do you get yourself on the offensive end? How do you get yourself into that level 1 as soon as possible to enforce your will? Actually, even so, even with level 1, Kemi still does a pretty decent job tolerating the fan pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, sneaking in early here.
Oh my God, catching delayed buttons. What a choice. Crouching heavy punch does clip Kills You.
So often when you see people drive rush out of the corner, they want a back throw, right? Punk turned that expectation on its head. Another sweep whip punish. Oh my goodness, you cannot get caught flinching right now, but you gotta protect your drive meter as well. That's why he's trying to parry. Gets burnt out directly into the DI. Just close enough to send him bird watching. And this might send Punky trying to reset. Kills You more than ready for it though. We still got a real set.
Level 3.
Would the combo have got killed from the first DI stun? Man.
Not too sure.
It would have been close. It definitely would have been close. Oh, still showing no fear though, just walking up in his business, and then cuts him off. He does the extended walk first, and then just a shallow walk to catch Kills You, try to check the deep walk, and then checks him out of the tournament. What a showing, and what a qualifier into Capcom Cup for Punk the God. That was master ground game footsie manipulation. He was like, yeah, I have the cojones to walk in on you from all the way over here. I'm all the way over here. You're here. I'll walk in, even in burnout. And then you put that fear, you plant that seed in the opponent's mind, and then turns it on its head again immediately. Just with that shallow walk, right? Just long enough to make Kills You recognize what was happening and then beat him to the button. That was masterful stuff.
There's no way you can call like how far forward Punk's willing to go to throw you off with that low medium kick, right?
Yeah.
Like he can throw it out mad early, you try to stop him, you get blown up just as we saw in the finisher. But overall, man, I could see the Telestrator brain going off. Like I see the John Madden in you. It's like, well, here's the play, right? Here we got Punk
I was like,
standing in the starting position. But if he moves here, boom, he'll get the counter hit. However, he can change it. Yeah, it's everything, man. Punk has been so solid when it comes to making these big reads against players. And it's not to take it away from Kills You. I think his first game was phenomenal.
Yeah,
like, he held his own on defense. He's had the right choices when draining the drive gauge with these heavy normals and actually caught Punk off guard a bunch of times over with said strategy. However, we saw that highlighted in game 3. Punk neutral jumping away from the Renko kicks, being able to get that full punish, and Kills You was like, you know what? I'm going to make a last-ditch effort with this level 1. And funny enough, even if he had survived like this next onslaught right after, right? If he level 1, there's just so much life ahead of Punk, and you're still in burnout. It's so difficult to even try to go through. But these are the final moments. You were talking about it earlier. Is this actually good? Oh man, he tried to sneak it in. Do you think with that much drive gauge left, it would have killed?
So after the hooligan, he built to above 3 bars. So he could have got a double drive rush combo.
Right, yeah, because he spent DI.
Yeah.
You're right.
But yeah, it was a little strange. Either way, though, Punk, I mean, yeah, you see that, right? The deep walk in first, and then just the slide walk in. Attacking that moment of recognition, I like to call it. And Punk is the best in the world, in my opinion, at doing exactly that. He plants those seeds in your mind with certain movements, with kind of going at a certain range up until then, and then switching it when you least expect it. So incredible stuff from Punk. He's going to qualify in the Capcom Cup. And now he wanted to face Tokido in Grand Finals. He didn't quite get there, but we will get that match nonetheless.
Oh my God. His wish came true a little bit too early,
Yeah.
I feel like. That's going to be a very interesting matchup, only because Tokido, again, coming in from an 0-3 deficit to now, he's got to be feeling some type of way going up against Punk. But Prince GR coming up next, going up against Iguto.
Yes, indeed, right. The lone Chinese representative in this top 8 coming up next with Prince. And Iguto has been a monster. Another Rejects Youth Division, taking down Taco and DCQ in top 16 to get into this position, right? So he's already taken down one Kimberly. He obviously has Taco, who is another part of Reject Youth Division, as one of his main sparring partners in that matchup. But again, we always talked about how that can be a gift and a curse, right? You obviously know the character's capabilities, but you might fall back on what that sparring partner's tendencies may be. And somebody like Monster Prince has shown, right, a big heart player. He's willing to take big reads, big risks, and catch you off guard. So that could definitely be a little bit shaky for Iguto.
I'm trying to see within the lighting like what his sweatshirt actually says.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it says, "You look very nice." I'm telling you, man.
I like that.
Yeah, heart plays have definitely been like the main strategy coming in from Monster Prince. And what that means is he's essentially throwing out slides primarily in ranges where you least expect it.
Yeah.
In places where if blocked leads to a fat punish.
Yes.
Right? He's going off of straight intuition majority of the time, at least from what we saw right out the gate, a part of like pool A4, or A5, or A6, one of those three. But I think even outside of that, his offensive pressure is so difficult to manage, right? He does stagger his jabs a bunch. He does manage to get within ranges of either a throw or a strike, which is kind of difficult to manage too, because like her walk speed is not too bad unless she's in level 3.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the way that he's approached his offensive pressure has been very, very difficult to keep up with.
Yeah, absolutely. He's made the most of a lot of the turns he's got, right? He's got the double can setups. He gets the opponent to the corner quickly. He really manages his resources well on top of that. He's not just going to go for the level 3 every time. We saw him go with like a level 2 when he had a 3-bar in there to potentially pop off with the invincible reversal level 1 in a block string in the next round. So he really is calculated. It just comes across as madness when you see the 99-second OD run slide, you know, to start the game. Let's see if he brings that to the table here. He's going to be going up against Iguto, who's going to be picking Mai. Try to tame this beast that is Kimberly. Let's get into it.
Dude, this color's been popping for a lot of the Kim players on ranked. I'll tell you what. I've literally ran into like 4 different Kims in ranked while we were doing like the show yesterday, and they were all wearing the same color.
Is it like the California khaki Kim, bro?
I think so.
That's what it feels like. Here we go, Prince. Now back against the wall after that back throw, right? Oh, but immediately he jumps out. Yeah.
Traverse forward into the tick throw.
Might have been a reaction to the DR.
I would imagine so.
Right, just hop on right out.
And again, just back to back, just stepping all over Mai's outfit. Jesus.
Jimmy, you know how much this costs? All that time, a little bit early on the check attempt. Got whip punish for it.
Excellent choice to use the drive reversal. Oh, but the teleport right after, it does get checked. No way, Secret Art.
Yeah, Iguto actually just dashing forward right there. Able to block afterwards. Some extended startup on that Kimberly Super as well, so it's not like quick enough to kind of catch mid-dash a lot of the time. Prince tried to pop off, but Iguto playing it safe, and that back dash actually getting clipped by the fan. You ain't going nowhere. We're already in the corner.
Yeah, you weren't kidding, dude. That is 10-frame startup on that bad boy.
Yeah, on the Super, right?
Yeah.
So even if you kind of do it mid-dash, a lot of the time the opponent's going to recover before you could actually connect with it.
Oh, no way. Again, we talked about the big heart plays. He's making some very heavy reads, but it always leads into very heavy punishes. Iguto taking another round, another game on the board. Man, back-to-back defensive options using level 1. And also some of the big-time call-outs with the teleport, at least within the first round, just not paying off.
Yeah, I kind of like it tends to do the reversal level 1 in block trees a bit more than most Kimberlys. And I like that idea, right? Obviously, Kim doesn't have a true reversal without the super. So a lot of time players just kind of focus on snowballing her and don't try to bait out supers or reversals. But Iguto, he's not falling for that as he gets a reversal with zone.
Does catch the counter hit. What do you do with this can, though? Punish counter. Hella damage coming in. OD Boucher and drop. Izuna drop, excuse me.
Oh my goodness, it might as well be Mushin drop with her. We know what school she represents. Prince GR, learning from the best right here, and puts a round on the board. He needs something like that, right? It was starting to get a little bit out of hand, and of course the crowd is definitely going to be behind him, to say the least.
What a pop. My man was out of his seat.
Yeah,
he
I
put
love
his
that.
whole body into it. What a beast. Oh, drive rush forward from both ends. Iguto striking first. He drive rush first and also threw out a normal. A little bit faster than Prince GR.
We're now being smothered in the corner once again here. Jump
Oh,
out.
what?
Try to stick out just a normal as an anti-air. You gotta get the true crosscut going.
Oh, that's a full punish counter. Oh, could he have extended it a little bit more, perhaps?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, wait a minute. This is big. Prince did spin the last bit of his meter to get into the situation. Blocks, but yeah, it's gonna be safe because of burnout, right? -2. Oh, you cannot afford these trades, dog.
Damn. A little extra crispy on that fan for that one. It wasn't hands, it did a little bit of extra chip damage for it, or to it, excuse me. Iguto tying up the round with that chip.
She got the 11 herbs and spices on the fan.
Damn, son. What's the spicy recipe?
Reach it, and a real quick punish again to get the flame stocks up. It's been a big part of Iguto. Oh, stop hitting this pressure.
That's crazy, too. The instant air OD Tatsu, they're forced to block that.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, help me!
Oh. Yeah, do the enhanced flame right on the dive bomb. Not as punishable as he was expecting, and Iguto now going up 2-0 up against the hometown hero of Monster Prince. See if they can change some game plans as we take a quick breather.
And they feel like they're very dominating rounds, right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot that has gone towards like Monster Prince's favor. I don't even think he's taking like any extreme risks outside of like level 1, too. I think they're just most of the time he's just getting smothered, picking the wrong time to even try to press buttons. But even a little bit of a shallow analysis. But to be fair, like Iguto's pressure has been so hard. Oh, that's a big error from Iguto. But no big no big punish coming in from Prince GR.
Yeah, the homie drop right there. A drop for a drop. You don't want to see that. And now Iguto's going to be able to pick up this, pressure again. Prince GR trying to bet on the drive reversal this time. But Iguto, he has stayed so safe on the Oki situation, even covering that level 1 that Kimberly had with the fan and then catching the whiff punish to put himself on set point, has maintained control this whole set.
Multiple times over, Prince GR made so many defensive decisions that lead to him getting punished, but it's kind of difficult, right? Kimberly, definitely that character that does not have the best defensive options, and again, we saw that OD slide. Some of the big heart plays so far getting blown up sky high by Iguto. Pressure from the crouching jabs and now checking with the roundhouses and the medium punches. This should be more than lights out. Level 2 is in stock, and it's going to be enough. Man. How many rounds straight? Was that 6 rounds straight? Am I tripping?
I have to imagine it was, yeah.
Dear
that was
Lord.
Completely convincing from Iguto right there. And that is a kind of one of the main problems you see that hard players have, right, is that a lot of the time when you're a big hard player, you're making big reads and taking big risks, a lot of the time it depends on you just being right when it comes to the timing and the rhythm of the opponent. And if the opponent is the one that's kind of more honed in on the rhythm and timing of all the decisions being made, you get kind of blown up, which is what we saw. Unfortunate for Monster Prince right there, but Iguto just had his number and really never got caught slipping, right? He was aware of the spaces that Prince wants to do these things where he can kind of jump scare you at, whether it be the teleport, whether it be the slide, and he was able to block or check a lot of those options. Iguto just really prioritized that space.
Now, I don't think I recall like watching Monster Prince play off against any of the Mai players that were present during this event, or at least I didn't get to commentate all of them. But okay, so we did get at least the first round of game 2.
That's
my
right.
mistake.
That's right.
All
Yeah,
right. He did get that Super 1. My mistake. Not to try to call the wrong stats on that one, but you kind of see like how much of a difference it makes when you have someone as smothering as Mai playing a character without all the defensive options that most characters have access to, even if you have super meter, right? So many times over, we've seen Prince just hold on to this meter and not make the right callouts with these level 1s ever since game number 1, right? He got called out twice over. He never wanted to use it again.
Yeah, 100%. That's a great point to really highlight there. You can't let your opponent discourage you from using one option too much. Then it kind of hinders your playbook a little bit. They have to look out for less. It lets them relieve some of their mental stack. But round 1 of top 8 is in the books, right? Jotaro and Hanao going to be in that winners finals side of things. While the losers quarters, we got Tokido versus Punk and Noah the Prodigy versus Iguto.
what a wild set of matches for the losers quarterfinals. Like, lore-wise, Tokido versus Punk, legendary in and of itself. Punk calling out Tokido right out the gate. I want to see you in losers finals. Noah the Prodigy having to face off a very, very high-strung Iguta with a 3-0. And if, let's just say, if Noah the Prodigy wins and if Punk wins, that is going to be a mighty blow-up.
Yeah, 100%, right? Noah the Prodigy and Punk the God, especially because Punk isn't qualified at this point, and Noah needs a very high placing, right? Noah, if I'm not mistaken, needs at least second or third place to get himself in to the Capcom Cup.
And then looking at it too, there are two names that we may not necessarily see in a top 8 scenario, let alone in a winners finals, right? Jojotaro versus Hinao. That is history in the making. Like, how often have we been able to even see like Hinao? I've seen Jojotaro like maybe like a handful of times.
Yeah.
At least making it to a premiere and also being on stream quite often. But Hinao, I personally have not been able to scout him out.
Everybody's bracket has been busted, to say the least, right? Nobody, I think, saw this winners finals coming. But that's the beauty of open bracket fighting games, baby. That's what we're about here at the CPT. You know what else we're about? Suzuki. Suzuki has been holding us down for the entirety of the 2025 season. They are a proud sponsor of the Capcom Pro Tour. And you've seen them. You've seen them at all these events, bringing the GSX 8R tuned by jury all the way from city to city, from venue to venue. You can see the purple one on the right side, the jury specific with the yin yang and all that, as well as the blue GSX 8R showing off power, precision, and performance wherever they may be.
Damn, that blue one kind of reminiscent of the previous season's Master Rank reward, actually. I love that color.
I thought you were going to say the back-to-back World Series champions. My bad.
Oh, damn! Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
Suzuki's lineup goes beyond the GSX 8R. The TRC4 series is built for both dirt and street, taking riders to new horizons. Wherever the road takes you, Suzuki is ready. Go Dodgers. But man, the SFL also right around the corner. Los Angeles, huh?
Yeah.
California. What a time and what a place. The first round going in phase 1, November 13th through the 16th, round 2, December 3rd through the 6th, and the finals happening December 7th. You guys absolutely want to be here for this. Scan the QR code because this is going to be live. I repeat, Street Fighter League US, no longer pre-recorded. This is absolutely live and open to the fans in Los Angeles, California, and throughout the country. If you can make it here, be sure to do so responsibly. Scan that QR code for tickets now.
Yes, indeed, man. It is going to be a hell of a show because it's going to be live and it's going to be after a lot of the Capcom Cup spots have been decided, have been finalized, right? This is going to be the last chance for a lot of players to make it to Ryugoku. So, man, yeah, the intensity is going to be on another level. I can't wait to see some SFL and, of course, come to a conclusion in this bracket as well and crown a bunch of qualifiers in the Capcom Cup. We're going to continue with that top 8 after a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Workaholic Director of Siren Holdings Research and Development Department. Grace Hill is nothing but a cover story. Crimson Viper. My code name. Stay out of my business. Would you just, like, give up now? I have other work to do. A B+ for effort. Let's rock. Admit, you're not half bad. Even messed up my makeup.
Here comes a new challenger. World Tour. Fighting ground. Battle hall. Local.
6 players remain from our top 8 coming in for our final Capcom Pro Tour premiere. This is the auto qualifying spot, and man, things have kind of changed up in regards to who's making it into the big dance of Capcom Cup 12. Vicious here with Ringe to talk about what's about to happen in regards to the future of these players sitting into the loser side. To start things off, Tokido versus Punk. Wild. And then Iguto versus Noah the Prodigy. But first and foremost, we got to talk about the winner side, right? This is actually history in the making. How often do we get to see Jojo Toro going up against Hinao at the age of 14, by the way? He had to face off against Tokido, who's 40 years old.
Like we talked about, like literally playing fighting games longer than he's existed. It's just wild to think about, right? But it is actually the case. Like legitimately, I got into the scene, what years now? 2025. Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah,
I mean,
we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that. But by the time I was in the scene, which was long ago, Tokido was already a legend, right? And to see somebody like Hinao come in and have such a dominating performance, that wasn't a 3-0, but it was close though. It was a 3-0, and the gap was Grand Canyon size. But now, as we've talked about before, right, historical grand finals have taken place between these two. He is air jump roping right there.
Yep.
I've seen the hand motion. He is definitely completely locked in. It is going to be Tokido versus Punk. And remember, Punk getting the worst he could do now is 5th place, which qualifies him in the Capcom Cup. And we're going to get the stare down into handshake as these two legends look to battle it out. And again, because of that Punk qualification, that means this is more on the line for Tokido, right? Tokido needs at least a 3rd place finish to get into that top 6. So he needs a whole lot of victories, one coming here and next in the loser semis as well. But Punk the God is looking to stand in his way and take the championship for himself. Because of course, if he takes that championship and auto qualifier spot, it opens up something for the leaderboard as well as the NA East region, right? Which is obviously super stacked.
And I feel like that's just opening up so many more opportunities going into like the regional finals of everything on too. On top of that too. So we are gearing up to see whose fate gets decided within this match alone for the side of Tokido, and also from the other side, Noah the Prodigy, right? It's going to be a huge, huge deal going forward into this loser side. But the conversation I did want to have with you, Ringe, Ken has been not necessarily the most successful pick, at least from what we've seen in those 3 games against Hinao. Do you think he's going to stick with the Ken going up against Punk?
Stick with the Ken going up against Punk on the Cammy. Oh, I'm gonna like cover my eyes for a second to see. I don't know if he's actually gonna stick with it or not. The JP I think has some merit, especially like we see that character more in the Cammy matchup because the quick spin knuckle.
Keep him close, by the way.
But we shall. I'm gonna say JP first.
All right. So no, I was gonna say keep him close. Who do you think Punk's gonna pick?
Oh, my bad. I definitely should have kept them close because Punk is busting out the Sea Viper to go against Tokido. Oh man, this is the character that Punk has been terrorizing the Japan CFN streets with, right? The Sea Viper. He's climbing the MR like nobody's business.
And he's like, Kazunoko, eat your heart out.
Yeah, Kawano, hold this 5-0. He is out here, bro. That was crazy.
At a whole different speed, right? On top of his whiff punish game, the combos that Sea Viper gets are so high damaging. Oh, you tried to throw out a drive impact on that? Oh, you do get the counter hit, standing light kick, into the Thunder Knuckle, a bunch of fates over, coming in from crouching medium punch. That Seismo sneaking in against Tokido. Kind of dangerous to throw it within that range because you can't react into it for a jump, but the feint is where it kind of is misleading, right? You get that feint going, you get the perfect anti-air, you get Oki after that if you decide to spend Thunder Knuckle follow-up.
Exactly, man. And you don't get a lot of meter penalty on those follow-ups as well, right? So it really allows her to stack up the pressure quickly, make up for it in the process. That's why he spins it there, right? You can see already building that meter back up. It's not like drive rushes or OD moves where it's a little bit delayed before it starts building back up.
Talking about that delay, crouching heavy punch was the normal choice, and also immediately stopping that drive rush into the standing light kick. Overhead, that's a counter hit, hella damage incoming, level 1, nice and easy for Punk. We're going to see burnouts coming off pretty often from Sea Viper, but the damage output, by the time she even gets to that burnout, you're pretty much near dead, if not.
Yeah, super smart stuff from Punk right there. Good resource management, knowing that the burnout is okay because the next gambit can't result in a kill. And you see that little fade hold back into the whiff punish. Punk, this character allows him to manipulate his opponent so much. That's why Tokido immediately committing to the stand medium kick instead. I like that switch up.
Oh, that's so difficult. That was a counter hit as well. Does get the link and also baits Tokido into throwing. We get the full Sakunoko.
Yes, indeed. Nice. Punk has been super clean with his execution on this character as well. I hear him talk like, as I get older, the worse I am at combos, but you wouldn't know it on this character.
Dude, that is one of the hardest things right now to try to cover. That exact distance, C Viper's low medium kick is deceptively long and also fast recovering. I don't think a lot of characters have had a lot of time even trying to whiff punish it so far. But outside of that, being able to super jump cancel, hit or block is such a terrific deal for someone like Punk, right? Being able to convert, also being able to manipulate their decision making afterwards, as you had mentioned. It's rather difficult, but Tokido, this is his chance to shine on offense, right? Trying to suppress Punk as much as possible, drain as much drive gauge as possible as well, before he can even get into like any sort of big combos. But I like that. Crouching heavy punch is such a good way to poke and also punish, because the drive gauge doesn't get affected if you Thunder Knuckle cancel, because it is truly cancelable.
Yes, exactly right off that crouch fierce. It's already a cancelable button, and now wakes up at the level 1. He's going to have the install here as well. Yeah, the super jumps are for free at this point. That's why he's looking to manipulate those burn kicks. Fakes out the Thunder Knuckle as well, using the feint double throw because of that. Really getting into Tokido's head here. And then the slide hezzy to blow up Tokido's defense. Punk, my goodness, bro, you're good.
Natural combo. Standing medium punch is +6. Nice and easy on the confirm. Tokido kind of getting drowned out. I think there's just not too much, I'm not going to say not too much familiarity, excuse me. I feel like just the combination of a new character plus Punk is just a little bit too much for him right now.
Yeah, definitely right. He's going to need as many games of intel as possible. Good thing he's in 3 out of 5, but he already finds himself at a round away from going down 2-0. Look at this, bro. He's just staying committed to those crouch fierces.
Oh. Jump back territory, jump back trade-off for Punk. Does get the perfect parry against the fireball. No big punish though. Tokido looking just as drained as Punk is. Dude, what a conversion. You don't even need level 1. Yeah. He wasn't even done with the combo. He had Thunder Knuckles coming right at it afterwards. What a fast pace Punk has set against Tokido. 2-0 already.
Yeah, and it's a little scary for Tokido because we saw that fireball towards the end, right? He doesn't throw too many fireballs with Ken, but when he recognized something like that crouch fierce being such a nuisance, he tried to do it outside of that range. Was successful, but Punk immediately perfect parried and just got into that close quarters anyway, right? So it feels like your main option and your adjustment immediately got nullified. It's a little tough. He's down 2-0, but he does lock into Ken.
Back-to-back Seismo, everybody falls for it. Drive rush forward on the low, doesn't commit to anything else after the standing light kick. Trying to maybe bait out Tokido with a, maybe like ODDP perhaps, but we do finally get a counter hit, a chance to shine. We get the enhanced Tatsu. What's the pressure situation like? We do get the throw.
And this all came from Tokido avoiding that initial crouch fierce, right? So good job, starting to adjust a little bit, but that time the roundhouse and in range for throw after. So smart from Punk to take the corner.
Oh. You get the knockdown, follow-up target comp, Thunder Knuckle, hello. Overhead +6, baby! Crouching medium punch, link right afterwards. Level 1 is all you need, just enough damage. Punk on match point.
Indeed, bruh. Dominating performance from the C Viper on Punk right now. 1 round away, and Tokido, this is unfortunately for him looking like much like the winter semis.
Oh, you tried to press a button in between that. It's a frame trap.
He actually committed to the Seismo that time. He had been feinting them so often. A little quick level 2 is going to be a good position for Tokido. Right corner, massive drive gauge advantage as well. But Punk, tax for jumping out.
What's wild about that is he could do like light burn kick to make sure that whiffs.
True.
Or like high up so that actually beats it out. Dash up after the roundhouse knockdown.
Yeah, true. He could just use like a raw super jump to escape the corner right. Tried to bet on the overhead, but Tokido, beautiful block that time. Gonna try to take him wall to wall.
Oh, he gets the back throw. Defensive back throw with that. Overhead does get blocked. Tokido trying to get the most of it. That's a punish counter, and that's gonna be the rest of it. Punk eliminating Tokido. Another 0-3 deficit for one of the legends in Street Fighter.
That was a message sent by Punk right there.
That was such a far overhead. That was a punish counter. My man would get you get so much mileage out of that. You're still within range for the crouching medium punch. Damn, son. This is his character, yo. I don't care what any other C Viper main say. This is Punk's character now.
As of right now, he is definitely the premier C Viper. And I mean, he's so, I was going to say carried by his fundamentals. You know, it's so funny to use the word carried in that instance.
Yeah.
But like it's
all of his hard work, he's got carried by it, right?
Carried by his immaculate skill. But yeah, like it's just so potent. No matter what character Punk goes with, right, you always have to deal with that ground game and that footsies. And then when you add the layer of what he's doing with C Viper, right, being able to manipulate via the feints, faking you out left and right, being able to have these different options that make his already amazing top-level ground game even that much better. Like, it's just, yeah, very difficult to deal with.
Dude, you could see it all really spring from the crouching heavy punch pressure, right?
Oh, yeah.
Even if you're canceling it from further out, it's -1.
Yep.
good luck even trying to like contest that with a further normal, right? Because the longer that normal is, the more options he gets off of like throwing like a standing light kick as a counter hit and also still within range to convert off of said counter hits. We've seen it all before. Momochi actually is one that kind of started using that style in the very beginning of throwing out just throwing out crouching heavy punches within range and seismo cancel or thunder knuckle canceling it too. So it's really difficult to actually try to take your turn off of that. Only being -1 and you're still within range of getting like counter hit, it's really tough.
Man, oh man, good stuff from Punk right there, utilizing the Sea Viper all the way through. Wow, so he's going to be in loser semifinals, right? Punk guaranteed already in the Capcom Cup. Tokido, heartbreaking for him, right? He really needed that at least third place performance, falls just a bit short at 5th place. And yeah, being in that region of Japan, right, where we've only seen, who was it? It's Sahara that has made top 8 multiple times in the World Warriors. He's like the only person. So yeah, it has been a bloodbath to say the least. It's going to be a tough road for Tokido to qualify, but always believe in the legend.
I mean, my man Sahara's already qualified into it as well.
Yeah,
my man's
right?
just like gatekeeping
like,
at this point. What a beast.
Forgot about that.
You know what? Noah's on his phone. I want to make sure he's not DMing any of us.
I know, true.
But Noah the Prodigy going up against Iguto. This one's actually going to be very, very promising. Iguto just drowned out Monster Prince with the way he likes to play. We talked about the big heart plays that come into effect. Throwing out a lot of risk into the win and just letting pretty much playing it as it lies when it comes to the dice roll. But this one's a little bit more calculated, right? I feel like Noah has found the perfect synergy between heart and mind in regards to how he plays. There's definitely a lot of, I want to say like fast-paced action with Noah, right? We're already pretty much akin towards how he's utilizing his drive rush so far, how he'll go for as much damage as possible off of these drive rush cancels from normals, but his pressure overall and also his usage of drive gauge has been a lot more tuned up since his first season into like these next couple of seasons too. So we'll see how much different it's going to be against someone like Iguto. We'll see if Iguto is going to be the one to rise up above the pressure that Noah presents and that he's been doing so, like the pressure he's been presenting against all of the other opponents up until this point.
Yeah, Iguto did such a good job up against Monster Prince, right, where he stayed at the specific range where he could really lock Monster Prince down in the corner. He never really let him escape certain scenarios, and just staying at that range allowed him to react to a lot of what Prince wanted to do. So I think he's going to imply a similar strategy, up against Noah, where he's going to stay at these sweet spots, try to react to either the drive rush, sand blast, whatever it may be, maybe even a dash. Noah's going to approach with so many different angles and possibilities, right? So I think Iguto's really going to try to stay at that sweet spot.
Funny enough, in Japan, there's been a little bit of a trend where Lukes have been the counterplay towards Mai because of the pressure that he does present off of crouching medium punch alone being +1. Right? At certain ranges, I feel like Mai is not able to really contest like with counter pokes because of the range that his crouching medium punches can cover. That alone has actually been the reason why Kawano has been picking this character against Mai and also the Sandblast to kind of dissuade Mai from throwing fans out.
Interesting, okay. So yeah, maybe like the Carl Strong is better against her spacing traps.
100%.
100%. Okay. See if we see that kind of rear its head here as Iguto. Oh, already up to a good start until then. Noah with a big jump in. Just so honestly, picks the perfect time to do it. Oh, he wanted the big round victory right there with the overhead, but instead Iguto gonna trap him here with 5 fans to his name, but pop off with your own invincibility. Oh, he used the OD, trying to catch him. And again, just trying to hard call out some fan tosses. That was a big commitment from Noah.
You gave me a real workout there.
All right. Cost him the round, but you know what? It was a call he was willing to make. Totally fine with that. Ryu and with the start, just at the edge. Iguto getting within the ranges where Noah the Prodigy is trying to throw out some of these normals. Oh no.
Yeah, Noah's been looking to bait out a lot of wake-up reversals so far in this top 8, right? Oh, the fireball got absorbed.
So smart.
Yeah, that was clean from Noah to put the brakes on, and then the DI reset. He even ended the combo right before Iguto got that 1 bar. Expert routing from the Prodigy.
Yes, you are, Luke.
Yeah, that was definitely a round where you get to say that, Luke. 100%.
Drive rush forward, Sandblast. That was so sick.
Yeah, that was clean, man. Usually level 1 lose to the projectiles, right? But it was at the timing where the fire just absorbed it, but obviously still a clean punish.
Oh. Being able to stop these drive rushes. Okay. Not opting to go for a side switch, he's going to dump out damage. Yeah. Level 3, you already know it. Gain back that drive gauge, put Eguto in a spot where he's going to be uncomfortable to block. We'll see. Maybe we'll see an uppercut.
We shall. Oh, actually look for the parry right there. He's trying to protect his drive gauge right. It's about to be out. That's why he parried in response to that block button. Gets out of the range to get the whip punish. Oh my! Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness, both of them slugging out here. Nobody going for big conversions. Could be because of the drive gauge situation. Could be just some flubs. Either way, Eguto comes out with a significant hit. And no, it's a real scary spot for him now.
Dash up out of the fan pressure. He still gets thrown for it.
Oh, and yeah, use that fierce right there to lock him down between the fan toss and the fan bounce down, right? Just in case they'll try to move forward. Fan wasn't letting him know.
Oh, my bad. Travis Styles was locked in, dude. What a beast.
Ooh, no flinching on the side of Eguto.
Oh. Good forward throw now. Drive rush on in. Damn! Get suppressed!
Indeed, bro. I don't want to hear what you got to say. Ooh. Yeah, nice little parries of the drive rush OS. Eguto immediately canceled when he saw the jump. Knew that he could escape the corner that way. That was actually very high level.
Oh, the suppressor actually does get punished. Eguto picking the right time.
Yeah, using the medium as well that time, right? I think it was the jab that, or actually it was the medium that got suppressed last time.
Oh my.
Yeah, committed to the big crouch heavy right there. Sees the driver, tried to DP through it, but not close enough to connect with Luke. Noah puts himself on the board.
Was that Andy? That was definitely an Andy cosplayer right next to the Mai.
Oh,
that was kind of sick.
About. Can we get the Pow Pow Cafe?
Oh, true.
Get some Andy cameos going on.
You ain't wrong. We do get the level 1 install coming in from Eguto. Oh, the Prodigy. Not going to stand too much into the corner. Drive rush on in. I love that escape. Eguto just resetting the momentum. We do get the uppercut on deck. Not going to offer any sort of fan pressure. He just dashes twice up immediately. And the low medium check.
And right, we've been talking about Noah trying to bait out a lot of these invisible reversals, and I don't know what he was wigging up with that time. Didn't complete the combo, my man. It saw about 4 or 5 jabs in a row. DI through it.
Oh. Damn, that was a meaty roundhouse. That was a counter hit too against a slight drop from Noah the Prodigy. Didn't get to continue on with the combo.
Yeah, he might have been able to kill from that sequence, but now commits the heavy Thunder Knuckle. A favorite tactic of Noah in Burnout. Really loves to utilize that. What a jump from Eguto to punish.
Bro, imagine if he stole Sea Viper's gloves and actually had access to that. That'd be kind of oh my. I gotta stop saying that. That's actually a clean start for Eguto. Low medium kick.
A good spot. It's honestly fitting. The jump, hands and arms inside the vehicle, please. Noah the Prodigy gonna wake up with a super. Huge drive gauge advantage now, but you gotta make something happen with it.
Oof. Yeah, the sandblast pressure. We haven't really been able to see fans kind of initiate outside of having the install, outside of doing OD. But under pressure, it's so good. Oh.
Yeah, meets him in the middle in the air as well. Now Eguto, one throw. Give me a second.
Oh, the parry does get thrown.
Wrong neighborhood, fam. Oh, the 4th one. Noah here. He's got so little resources to fight back with. Now picks the time, but he didn't commit the driver's cancel.
It would have burned him out.
It would have. That's why he held back, but usually Noah doesn't in those scenarios. Tried to DI through it, takes him far enough away. Doesn't have more meter to cancel the flash knuckle.
Uppercut, being able to cover it. Standing jab to cover the distance first. And the jump back in the corner getting blown up.
Man, super close match in that game too. Noah, he needed to not let that one get away from him, right? What a clutch out victory.
Oh, very expensive punish counter against Noah the Prodigy. Background house does catch as the counter hit. Eguto getting the frame kill off of the medium, really ambiguous now when it comes to his offensive pressure. Noah the Prodigy sort of drowning out in it. Attempts for a big Hail Mary OD uppercut. He gets punished severely. Eguto actually loses momentum because of this big back throw call out from Noah. No punish counter against the whip throw. The suppressor too shy.
Beautiful, perfect parry on the sandblast block string. Not gonna let Noah autopilot into that one. Exposes it heavily. Of course, it don't get to take the stocks with you, but obviously need the level 1 to close it out.
Damn, this pressure in general from Eguto is so tough to deal with.
Trying to throw a little bit outside.
Oh,
okay.
Often do you see that?
Yeah. Straight up the flame cape.
Oh, forcing his way back. Iguto has not really found any big openings just yet. He's been absolutely crushed so far. Okay, no crosscut. No, the Prodigy in burnout, eating this level 1, and in the corner, here comes the My Pressure. All of the fans coming through. Ryu Enbu chipping away. Uh-oh.
Oh, that was big from Noah, right? He needed to dig deep. He had to be right with that reversal super. Now he's going to be able to grant himself some relief. But yeah, he still has some burnout meter to work through here. And Iguto, he's going to be able to drive rush checkmate him for game number 3 and a 2-1 lead. That's the thing, it's not enough to just answer the DI, right? If you're gonna spin the level 2, which I get why he does it, because just in case it's a fan cancel instead, the level 2 will blow through that as well. If he does level 1, then the fan will projectile take the level 1 down. So I get why he's using the level 2, but you gotta get out of the corner afterwards.
Oh, that was a medial roundhouse. Iguto just taking it to the face. We do get the punish counter on the throw. Noah the Prodigy, all because he actually perfect parried that OD fan on the way through. This is going to be a Luke round. No, excuse me. This is going to be a Noah the Prodigy round.
Why does he crack their neck before the DDT? I think you did all the damage already, fam.
It's wild, dude.
It's just insult to injury after.
You just drop him. You don't even need to put him into the pavement. Oh.
Yeah, like a clean walk back from Iguto right there, just outside the stand heavy punch range. Trying to clear the screen of the fans with the OD projectile. No anti-air coming out from the jump.
A little bit too far out, right? I feel like her uppercut is more of a vertical range than horizontal. Like if Noah the Prodigy had empty jump, it would have been quite scary.
Yeah, I think you're correct. The empty jump definitely would have been too short. Big throw tech from Iguto, and then immediately commits to the drive rush after. Being Noah to the body here, trying to make something out. Beautiful timing though.
Oh. Too difficult! He actually ran into the fan. He tried to crouch jab something. Mai was already airborne by the time he made that decision. Iguto now looking at match point.
Yeah, you can tell he was just committed, thinking that Iguto was going to approach on the ground after the fan. That's why he just did the jab, as you mentioned, already in the sky, though. Unfortunate for Noah. This is a good start for him, though. That is fortunate. Oh,
wow! Not early!
I have to imagine that's what caught Iguto off guard. Just how early that jump heavy punch is hit. We've lamented that for a long time now. Still catches people off guard.
Oh, he tried to go for the overhead. That would have been the kill. Iguto, the second time over, he's actually been able to back throw Noah the Prodigy from that exact sequence. Jump fierce mad early, and now the back throw of his own. This could be it. Level 3 coming in.
Oh, and Noah, he has spent so much time in this top 8 trying to bait these wake-up invincible reversals. Doesn't bait the CA. That's gigantic damage to both life and drive. And he tried to parry after. That's even more. He's going to get burnt out now. He's got no mirror to defend himself with. He's trying to call out the DI with these jumps. Ooh, Iguto, he's like, you know, I'm not going to get thirsty for these DIs here. And what a check on the Thunder. Wow. Iguto is going to be in loser semifinals to take on Punk. On the Thunder, the Flash Knuckle, excuse me. Now that we got Viper in here, I get my knuckles confused.
That's fine, man. I was definitely on board with that. Call it Thunder Knuckle if you want, because I honestly, it's definitely so quick.
Yeah.
It definitely deals a lot of damage. I think it's appropriate. But either way, man, what a call out against the Flash Knuckle. That's so scary, too, because most people would want to try to, like, DI it, perfect parry it. Yeah. My man was confident with a sweep.
That was, yeah, very clutch from Iguto in that part, in that situation. And man, I just really am impressed, and we'll like elaborate a bit more on it when we see that replay. But I was really impressed with his patience in the end there. Noah, that was a sick level 1 bait out, right? We saw it was tooth and nail early on. Iguto, I think, just really settled in a little bit more stable than Noah did.
It felt that way too, like both defensively with his movement and also like his decision making, right? He wasn't too brash about doing any sort of like ODDPs or wake up supers like he's shown in game number 1. But I'm more impressed with like how much he's willing to like throw out certain sequences on offense. It's just kind of wait and hang back as soon as his turn is over. Like he wasn't going to be too mix up heavy so long as Noah the Prodigy had like drive gauge to him or a super to him. I think most of the time just him like creating space for himself and forcing Noah to make these mistakes in the corner was a lot to get him into like so many checkmate scenarios.
Man, yeah, anti-airs are very on point as well. The eyes from so far, bro.
Yeah, man. Oh.
Yeah, it was huge right there. Good throw bait. Always love seeing the DDT ender as well.
This sequence right here, right? He gets the overhead and backs away, right? Just within range of Fierce, and then that exact moment, he throws at the fan. He's like, all right, well, off of this pressure, I'm able to get a jump in for free, but the sweep call out, Iguto, so clean.
Yeah, and he was so patient in the end right there, right? He had Noah cornered in burnout with no meter. He could have gone for a DI check, but it wasn't in a scenario where he could have guaranteed the block string into it, right? He could have got a neutral jumped on a stand fierce, or if it was a raw DI, could have got back jumped. And we saw Noah try both things. He's really good at countering people looking for DIs. So it makes sense that you get caught up in the moment so many times that people try to DI him in the corner. Iguto backed off and was like, I'm just going to make you come to me. You got low life. I got great chip tools. Very patient play. Super impressive, especially for a younger competitor.
Seeing how much was on the table in regards to their placements in the leaderboard for CPT, man, it's tough to see both Takedo and Noah the Prodigy go down in said fashion, right? I mean, we still have NA representation coming in from Punk. We still have a lot of Japanese representation in general still. But overall, seeing it narrow down to our final four is quite the spectacle, right? Jototaro, Hinao, they're getting ready to play up next for their winners finals match.
And the only person I think a majority of FGC folk would have had in this top four is Punk. We have Jojo Taro versus Hinao in winners finals, and Iguto as well. Like, oh man, that is a wild, just wild to actually realize that Punk is going to be the only one in this top four that I think a lot of people would have predicted to be there. But,
I see, yeah.
What was up?
No, I mean, I agree with you. I didn't even think about like that perspective either, right?
Yeah,
I think you're absolutely
like,
right. In regards to like the names that have
wild.
come in from like the 566 players that came in, all of our fantasy brackets have been shattered with the exception of one person, and that is Punk. You're absolutely right with that.
And then, man, yeah, it's just wild to be at this top four now and see how it all plays out. Again, we got Jojo Taro and Hinao in winners finals, Punk and Iguto in loser side of things. And I also want to touch on the fact that with the way the results have played out so far, and even actually before we took place with those losers quarters matches, Dual Kevin is also guaranteed to be qualified for Capcom Cup 12. So big ups to Dual Kevin, another NA representative in the building, and of course, everybody's favorite Marvel player.
Facts, man. That guy's got a lot of heart. I'll tell you what. He's definitely got a lot of heart. But I think we're going to be transitioning over into like the losers side, if I heard that correctly. They're actually going to be changing up the script a little bit. Punk versus Iguto should be geared up for what's going to be on the stage in just a bit. I really am hoping the Viper comes into play specifically for this matchup as well against Mai, because I like the presence that she has, right? In terms of what we actually look for within any Mai player, right? Like the biggest thing that kind of like gets talked about is like her fan pressure, being able to set the tone so well with that projectile alone, charged, regular, what have you. But having Seismos at that speed and being able to cover certain ranges also pretty good. Being able to cancel them and force a jump into an anti-air leads to a lot, because you get that Thunder Knuckle anti-air, you spend extra to get that follow-up, you dash up, you're an Oki, right? You get a advantageous state, you're plus frames too. So that alone is, although a shallow analysis, that is a make or break situation for either character being able to build momentum. I think Mai just gets so much mileage out of being able to apply. Yo, is that Zen? Hold
Yes,
up.
it is. My man in the building.
He's enjoying himself.
He said, hold these drinks while I fix my playlist real quick.
Yo, he's got...
You already know.
Yeah, he's definitely on point with a lot of like different playlists too. I gotta follow him on Spotify. But going back into it, we talk about momentum. I think Sea Viper is much more explosive when it comes to like actually dealing the damage in comparison. Like Mai can do damage for damn sure, but without the meter, I think Sea Viper can take it a little bit more often than not with the crouching heavy punch pressure, right? Being able to be naturally cancelable into itself off of a punish counter. Even on like a regular hit, you get crouching medium punch into like Thunder Knuckle if need be, even like burn kick, whatever you would want. But even if you decide to spend that meter, one drive rush cancel over, you are eating so much damage, and by the time by the time you've already spent that meter, you've built up like a little bit back off of all those hits, and also building yourself that super. I feel like more often than not, all of these heavy hits just lead into building up so much super meter for yourself that you're able to get like a level 1 extension and also be able to fly for free afterwards.
Yeah, I definitely think there's some merits to Viper in the matchup, right? I think definitely accessible damage. She's got up the yin yang. And then in addition to that, you know, you talked about the Thunder Knuckle, or excuse me, the Seismo being kind of a thing to combat these fans in the neutral. I would say burn kick as well, right? Burn kick definitely in that range where Mai wants to throw a lot of fans at. You can threaten with the burn kick a little bit, try to get that game going just to give something else for Mai to think about. But right now, this is the character that Punk has been slaying the Mai's with. It's been his tried and true. The Cammy is going to be the one that comes out. Let's see if he can get one more Mai before Punk can get into losers finals.
All right, man. You got it. I was so excited.
I know,
I was about to
right?
say, I forgot about like how potent crouching medium kick is for this matchup as well. While Mai tries to create like spacing traps with her mediums, it's so good being cancelable as well, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, Cammy on the screen now.
Oh, indeed, and already off to the races. I talked about Punk, the way he was looking yesterday up against Nowman and Chris Wong, he looked like prime form. Same thing today so far against Kills You and Tokido. Looks unstoppable. Oh, and then baiting it out. And he started another set like this as well with the perfect. Let him know.
Whole different ball game. Punk is absolutely comfortable in this matchup. You're just gonna step all over her? That's crazy.
You said this ain't designer, bro.
It's rough. Just walk up into your face, get that back throw. Interesting. Oh, we do get the conversion off of the OD fans. Backing away, what a backdash too.
Yeah, gets clipped out of the driver's cancel pressure. It seems like Guto is actually kind of committing to the throw off that. I wonder if Punk looks to manipulate that later on off of a driver's cancel. Oh, nice job from Guto right there, committing to the crouch medium kick, perfect time.
The perfect parry.
I like that. What to defend your drive gauge. You're gonna spin it all right there to try to put Punk. Oh, he was trying to put him one throw away from death, but not that easy.
Spiral arrow, excuse me, coming in while he's in burnout. Pretty good choice. Trying to jump back to readjust, force Guto into the corner. Still fighting for his life. Trying to get as many whiff punishes as possible and gain that drive gauge back. And now in burnout is Punk instead. Chip is a huge factor. Oh, well, creating too much space for yourself. That critical art is even more of a threat than any of the fans presented. He backdashed at the wrong time, and Guto caught the recovery of it off of his own drive rush, securing that round.
Unfortunate timing for Punk to commit to another backdash right there. I really like the gambit he went with the drive impact, right? He was so close to actually getting the stun, but after that, he was just out of meter. It's gonna be tough to mount that comeback versus Mai.
Low medium kick to start. Trying to check the movement. Guto firing right back. Medium to heavies.
And then the driver's crouch fierce as well, catching him just outside that range. Punk was looking to check with. The throws in tow here. Nice tech the next time from Punk.
Looking so commanding right now from Guto. A little dry. Has to back away as soon as his turn is over. Or so I lied. The walk speed zooming right back in. Getting within throw range and nailing that throw. Punk at critical art territory. Needs more than just a hit.
I can tell you, Guto, he's not throwing fans, right? He doesn't want to get quick spin knuckled. He doesn't want to get C8 either.
And he knows Punk would definitely be about it from further range. Okay! Now in burnout!
This is real scary for him now. He commits that parry at the end. Yeah, Spiral Arrow just raw. And then the dive kick hitting the same side with the DI reset afterwards. Guto was not ready. He builds himself above the 3 bars. Not even going to need a double drive rush cancel. The extra CA damage will not need a question mark on it. That is 1-0 Punk.
Such a scary thing to even try to utilize. That drive impact could have gotten blown up sky high. There was so much meter being held onto by Guto. You saw it on the bottom right. Was not ready for it. That's the second time we've seen Punk show that off, by the way. Happened to Kills You in the previous set.
Yeah, we've seen players, be ready for it and not be ready for it. And this time, Guto, he had to do the super, right? He was burnt out, so he couldn't respawn with the DI of his own. Oh, speaking of which, finds himself in burnout again here. Oh, he actually got the meter, but didn't recognize it at time or just didn't get the input out. Instead, Punk abuses him again.
He goes for the fast fall. Guto, defensive back throw. It's everything OD, uppercut past the fans. Does get the counter hit, but now a very early drive rush crouch jab. And now this is going to be a ton of damage going into possibly more pressure. It's going to be the throw that does get teched. Pounding him down is Punk.
Yeah, Guto backing up a little bit now, just trying to make him come to him while he builds back that drive gauge above the 3-bar threshold. Now, the delay on the dive kick caught Guto putting a button out.
Man, that Tiger's prowling, son. My dude was trying to check out the action. Trying to check the walk back. No, Punk was staying stationary on the ground. Does get a counter hit, crouching medium punch upon Guto advancing forward.
Yeah, look like Guto tried to press the roundhouse. So much range on it. Punk was able to still shut it down, and then caught him low, though.
Oh, the uppercut punish counter.
Not gonna let him just continue that turn off the plus frames. Oh, the sniper with the crouch medium punch, a signature Punk the God round ender. 2-0 now for FlyQuest Zone.
Hand to the chin from the side of Iguto, trying to figure out what he needs to do to maintain his pressure and prevent Punk the God from getting these shots off with the crouching medium punch. It's so difficult to try to encroach in that space, even trying to walk forward, even trying to like even back away from him, because like it's really difficult to pick out what you need to do, right? Like on offense, Punk is just so sound defensively. He understands like what tendencies you're looking for. And then if you're back in the way trying to play passive or reactionary, he'll just drown you out. He'll put you into the corner and force such a even more difficult situation.
Precisely. It is so difficult to start mounting your own game plan versus Punk. Makes you uncomfortable how strong his ground game is. That time though, Iguto gonna nullify all that with a drive rush in. Stock up as well, try to keep this corner pressure going, but look at that Punk. He's so worried about protecting his drive gauge, he actually gets burnt out in the process. And Iguto, he doesn't have any meter here. That is a guaranteed DI, and now Punk is on set point.
Building up so much bar for himself. This is looking so dangerous for Iguto.
Man, what a show Punk has put on. Again, like I said, when he's playing like this, looks unbeatable, and he's been exactly that in loser side so far.
Oh, the big trade-off, crouching medium punch into itself off of the trade against Punk. First time we've actually seen Iguto putting Punk into the corner for quite a while, I should say.
Oh, is he always right with these timings, man? We'll get the crouch medium kick, start his offense, what a bait out and a whip punish. Iguto finally finds an invincible reversal.
Oh, that was actually perfect timing, actually, to get the punish counter. Changing up his approach on the drive rush timing. Oh,
too far for the strong to combo from. You don't see that often, and just a hezzy walk up after that. Opens above after the first fears, checks the hooligan, but no, that elbow. Aaron, definitely not what he was looking for. Punk, or maybe he was supposed to be meaty and get some plus frames off it. Either way, Punk takes advantage. 3-0, another one.
I think he might have double tapped jab and it chained into itself and tried to get like the elbow, because most of the time you could do like stand jab into the elbow and it would connect, it would like juggle. But that happens quite a few times from what I've seen on like CFNs trying to like counter that exact moment too. Trying to get that juggle, just a little bit too far out. Iguto, really unfortunate ender, not being able to showcase like the prowess he's had since his top 8 performance. He had a great run over Monster Prince, a very impressive run over Noah, and just seeing it fall in this manner was really heartbreaking.
Yeah, you never want to go out like that, right? But nonetheless, he had a long road to go up against Punk, because, yeah, that was another 3-0 from him. If I'm not mistaken, it's been all 3-0s from Punk in the loser side of things. I know he beat Tokido 3-0. If I recall correctly, it was like that for Kills You as well. Maybe Kills You got a W on the board.
It was 3-1, I think, because of the jury won first because of a mishap, getting that single heavy hit confirm.
So after that, man, Punk has not dropped a single game from that set, amazingly taking down both Tokido and Iguto 6-0. But we talked about it, right? He's been in Japan. He's been training with his team in SFL. He's kind of getting used to his play style a bit more. This is the one that he's been exposed to most recently, and it feels like he's figured out a lot of how to approach the Japanese play style in Street Fighter 6. At least if the Tokido, Iguto, now Mad Match just were anything to go by.
Right, man. And just thinking about it, like, who was the one that said Punk into losers? That was DCQ.
Yeah, it was DCQ.
With the Bison. Yeah, that mishap, too, off of the juggle. You saw the hooligan, right? Being able to interrupt the hooligan and get that juggle was everything for Iguto, but just that slight mishap. That would have been a huge game changer, too. You get the plus frames afterwards. You get the damage output while Punk's in burnout. That could have been a whole different story for Iguto to at least hang out for one more game. But Punk, the gods are on his side right now. Losers finals now awaits him.
Yeah, man, losers finals, right? Again, we made a little bit of an adjustment when it comes to the tournament order side of things, right? We usually do the winners finals first, but we have taken care of the losers semifinals. So Punk's going to be big chillin', waiting, guaranteed top 3 finish, but he's going to await the loser of Jojo Taro and Hinao, which is our winner's side of things. And we're going to get to that in a little while, but first, let me tell you about Suzuki, baby. They've been holding us down at the Capcom Pro Tour for the entirety of the 2025 season. You've seen them at the Capcom Pro Tour offline, online events. You see them supporting wherever they possibly can, especially when they bring that GSX-8R, the jury tune specifically on the right. I've seen all the players get a picture with this thing, right? Jack, Sherry, Jetix, everybody that is at these events are making sure they get a little candid photo with the bike, of course. And we got the Dodger Blue on the left. Can't be happier about that. And in addition to the GSX-8R, we also got the DRZ4 series built for both the dirt and the streets, which means Suzuki got your back no matter where you want to go. They know that the Street Fighter players, we go everywhere, right? It is a global affair, this fighting game community thing, so they want to make sure we're covered on whatever road we take.
Actually godlike. Man, I really want to check out that jury bike yet again, dude. It's the only, like, cool design on a bike that I'm willing to be like, you know what, maybe I want to try to drive this thing. Just not in California. I wouldn't want, no.
It's scary. It's scary doing motorcycles out here.
I wouldn't do any of that, honestly. But anyways, neither here nor there. We have our final 3 players remaining in our super premiere, our giant premiere, our final premiere for the Capcom Pro Tour to make it into Capcom Cup 12. You guys don't want to miss it, because when we come back, we're going to get our winner right after this.
Red Bull gives you wings.
This is gonna be a match to remember. Fight! I'll take on all of you! It's time to get serious! This is your last ride! Let's go! Show me your strength. Fight! Thailand. The Emperor bows to no one. Here comes a new challenger. Sagat wins.
Our final three remain in our final premiere of the Capcom Pro Tour. Welcome back, everybody. This was going to be quite the banger. We are going to find out who makes it to the big dance via that grand finals #1 spot coming into it. Again, my name is Vicious, here with Ringe to bring you the finale of it all.
Yes, indeed, right? We have arrived at top 3. We handle things a little bit differently. So Punk took down Iguto in loser semifinals. So he solidified in that 3rd place worst finish possible. So he awaits the loser of our next match. It is going to be winners finals, Jotaro versus Hinao. It's going to be an amazing one, right? We already saw Jotaro take down Noah in that same matchup that is potentially on the table here of the Akuma versus Luke. That's what he used up against Noah. Wow, and now a complete domination of Tokido to get into this position. Who knows what's finna happen?
Can you believe that Tokido went down right out the gate 0-3 and does so again against Punk C Viper? 0-3, 0-6. That is a rough stat, but I'll tell you what, man, there was so much on the line for both Tokido and Noah the Prodigy. I mean, seeing the way it kind of like fleshed out towards their performances coming into it, but then even for Iguto, right, the way he's been playing, it looked rather dominant even coming in from the loser side, but it's a whole different ball game when it comes to playing up against Punk. But switching over to winners finals, Jotaro, Hinao, very big thing that you had noticed, that you had brought up. I want to see what Hinao brings different to the table for the Luke matchup specifically, right? We've seen some very interesting different looks when it comes to his decision making off of like the heavier normals, off of the drive rush conversions, even so with the spacing that he takes to, right? He kind of pumps the brakes every so often, but I think his offensive pressure when it's his turn is a much more of a different look in comparison to Noah the Prodigy. Obviously, we've talked about Noah being one of one, very unique play style of go when it comes to offense, burning himself out in critical moments. But Hinao, I feel like it's like I want to say like a pseudo version of Noah the Prodigy with a nice little twist on whether or not he wants to suppress you to death. But for the most part, I think his understanding of like his game sense towards other players has been really high strung. And I don't know if it's just to kind of say that against Tokido specifically because they are within the same reject camp. Maybe it's one of those things where he's super comfortable with playing off against Tokido, or maybe it's just like his style just a little bit too different to even handle. So we'll see if Jotaro is going to be able to like withstand a different type of pressure from a different type of Luke.
Yeah, because to your points, Noah a lot of the time smothers in the traditional way that we see people get smothered in Street Fighter 6, right? Like he gets in there, he does a real great job of mixing between the strike throws, he'll bait out the throw, get a big damage reward that way. He has some cool little neutral jump like spacings that he does from time to time. We didn't really see that in top 8. But to me, Hanao, yeah, is a bit more specific and nuanced when it comes to some of the gambits he uses offensively, right? We see the back-to-back suppressors, most likely like at this specific range where the opponent is going to press a medium in reversal, right? And maybe that second suppressor pulls the hurt box back far enough to get the punish counter if he's looking for that type of timing. But just in general, Hanao has like these, nuanced gambits that he'll approach the opponent with and kind of put them in when it comes to their pressure. So I want to see if Jotaro is going to be able to figure those things out if he gets put into those spots in the first place, right? Obviously, ideally, he kind of is the one that is on offense, taking the aggression with the Akuma, but we shall see. He obviously did that up against Noah, and that's really what I thought propelled him to victory up against Noah, is his ability to maintain control of the pace and not just get bullied by the Luke. So he's going to have to bring that same type of vibe to the table in this winners finals.
Oh, I hope he does so, right? I mean, he was pretty convincing with his usage of OD uppercuts in the very end of the set, although it didn't pay off too well in the very beginning as he had taken so much damage off of these punish counters. But we'll see if he's going to make the right decisions on defense, if he's going to be sound enough to pick up on what Hinao wants to do in terms of his approach. This opening gambit is going to be everything, right? In regards to like who gets to take over in what ways. Dude, Akuma in the corner is also so dastardly, man. There's so many options he has access to that leads into like really, really fat conversions. Like off the rip, standing medium punch is such a high pressure tool already. Being +1 is just terrifying. Having to block that against Akuma with no space behind you to kind of walk out of pressure. And also, in certain situations where you could do like a meaty fireball and convert off of that, another dangerous thing. And also just being able to walk back and cover whether you jump with an uppercut or even like a back roundhouse into a charged fireball. And even on the ground with standing heavy punch, forward heavy punch, if need be, right? All of his tools are just so high strung, high reaching, leading into high damage. It's terrifying to even try to get out of the corner with big risks.
And yeah, to your point, we saw that exact type of sequence against Noah multiple times, where we're so used to Noah being able to pull some magic out of the hat and get out of the corner, even if he doesn't have near to defend himself while in burnout. While Jotaro didn't let that happen ever, right? He stood at a specific range where he was going to jail Noah in the corner. He was going to prevent jump out. He'll give up some aggression in like the immediate moment just to make sure he maintains overall control. So let's see how that type of style does up against Hinao, who's a little bit more nuanced with the spacing. Winners finals, let's get it. All right, started off slow, right? Both players try to establish their projectile early. We haven't seen too many jumps from either of these characters, either one of these players, I should say. Does get caught committing to the target combo, though.
Oh, we talked about that, too. He did drive rush, standing medium punch, immediately went back into it. That was a counter hit against Hinao. Does get the perfect parry against the chain lights. Doesn't get the flash knuckle sequence that he was looking for, but does succeed in getting the burnout. Jotaro, I don't think he's going to be willing to spend a level 1 in between any of these strings. That hit! The demon right midair!
Yeah, they tried to DI in the corner. What a chase down with the roundhouse, knowing only the second hit would clip. But that's all he needed to start the combo. Wow. Jotaro already off to the races.
Oh. Damn, just outside. Just a bit outside. Jotaro getting the light punish. And now into the corner we go. We do have the Adamant Flames being able to set up into the roundhouse Tatsu. Standing medium punches the starter yet again! Back-to-back sequences where he's opened up Hinao off of this frame trap. And it's so much damage. He's gonna be hella dead. And even if that didn't kill, he was still in the corner, bouncing off the wall for an extension.
Yeah, those were basically 2 points that we had brought up, right? The stand medium punch, applying so much pressure in the corner. And then before that, right, he backed up a little bit. He didn't actually like continue to try to just smother Hanao. He backed up and checked the drive rush. He put himself at a perfect position to make sure he had enough time to react to any type of drive rush or jump or something like that. This is the exact type of gameplay that got him the victory over Noah.
The big opener off of the overhead. We do find a counter hit. No conversion. from the side of Hinao.
And perfect pairing, the flash knuckle as well. Obviously difficult to do, and then the perfect parry right back. Let me get that Kona.
I was gonna say peppering away with all of these crouching medium punches. Damn, he's still trying to press the issue after a standing medium kick.
How and then just gets the low.
It's tough, right? Like he caught a hit off of Jojo and tried to catch him slipping by going immediately into the driver.
Yeah.
Right? Thinking Jojo Toro is going to be reluctant to even press buttons and allow this pressure to come in for free. He's been very cognizant of like a lot of these drive rushes against some of these Lukes so far. And man, is it paying off a bunch already into this corner. Backs away, actually trying to bait out any sort of action upon wake up from Hinao.
Then to get another check as he now look to get himself some breathing room. And again, the backdash now into DP. Like, and then baiting out that one. That is going to be game 2 with a bow on it. Jojo Taro, man. Yeah, I love this spacing. Like him switching up from applying close quarters pressure into backing up a little bit, making sure he's at prime anti-air and driverish check range. This is complete control right now from Jojo Taro. And this is coming off against somebody that just had complete control over Tokido.
And the Ryu's coming into play for the side of Hinao. We actually saw possibly, actually, I don't recall exactly within pose, but
pull out the Ryu,
okay,
yeah.
cool. Because I remember this costume. I saw this a bunch. I'm like, oh, okay. It makes a lot of sense. But you clearly see the efforts and like the method behind the madness when it comes to Jojo's offensive pressure, right? In the very beginning, he was very obviously tuning into the standing medium punches a bunch to start off. The second time around, he backed away a bunch, just waiting for this ODDP, and it finally came through.
Yeah, this is really good. Just cycling through the different type of pressures. Oh, and again, staying at that sweet spot, not committing to anything himself, leaving him free to check the drive rush. Oh, backdash.
Got clipped. Nice work. Hey, at least it wasn't a punish counter.
Yeah, right, kind of using the parry OS right there, just immediately drive rushing. It does avoid the punish counter status. And then the check afterwards, right? The light kick just buffered with the adamant flame. Trying to dash in his face as well. Now Jojo Taro backs off, but a fireball finally jumped in on. Immediately busts back though.
Puts himself into burnout on his own volition, having to hold all these fireballs because the spacing trap is pretty potent, right? He now could actually drive rush forward to punish. But speaking of punishes.
Yeah, perfectly. Knew exactly when to press the jab, using the fireball to not land on the Hadouken. Oh, couldn't get the completion that time though, and now we got the drive gauge back as well.
So tense, a ton of fireballs coming in at the speed of light from both ends.
And Jojo Taro, I think he missed his parry right there. He's up at a life deficit now after eating that fireball.
It's too tense. I was gonna say, where's the OD gonna come out?
Yeah, right, when you the overhead comes through, interrupts Akuma's buy-in. Beats him to the punch right here. And he now staying alive. You can see the support from the crowd as well. Everybody loves to see the young guns do work.
Simple. Second time he's caught the chain. Damn, that was meaty. He actually missed his opportunity. Totally fine though. Still retains his plus frames off of the heavy Hashogeki drive reversal, forcing Jojo Toro back into the corner, but still finds an opening into the top to create some space for himself. Back to the fireball game from Hinao. He's expecting it from Hakuma as well.
Yeah, Jojo Toro, he hasn't, oh my goodness, big sweep whiff punish. He hasn't been discouraged on throwing the fireballs despite that jump in. Still plenty being shown. Shogeki, and yeah, he's gonna take the minus frames, goes right back in, forces the issue on a drive rush cancel. Caught the parry attempt, another throw here as well. Oh, he wanted another throw, and now instead responds with an ODDP.
Oh, you can convert!
Close to getting chipped out here, and yes, perfectly not identified. Oh, and now he tried to commit a little bit early, not enough damage. And Jojo Taro is on winner's finals point.
He had an opportunity off of a hit Hashogeki as well. Wasn't ready for any sort of buffer. He was well beyond having that level 3 before that even started for him.
Yeah, you could tell he was committed to the chip sequence. Didn't think Jojo Taro was gonna get clipped during any time.
No way.
Indeed, no way. And now shuts it down. Quick little sweet chin music to the jaw and a super one to follow. We still in this.
A big change up in demeanor coming in from Hinao. Staying alive for one more game. That was match point from the side of Jojo Taro a little bit earlier. He could have been absolutely smoked, but yeah, surviving that slight mishap. Okay, just a little bit too shy of the Hashogeki, stealing his turn right afterwards with a counter hit and jab.
Right, he just always expects to be in range, so a slight hesitation from Jojotaro opened him up. Oh, thinking he was gonna back throw right since he was so close to the corner. That's why he was looking to tech.
Damn. Shades of Noah coming in from JoJo, forcing himself into the burnout, just trying to get a sequence going against Hinao. But speaking of sequences, this is something that we're very familiar with.
Indeed, pacing him up all the way into the corner. DI was there. And some more Sweet Chin music. We ain't passing the aux right now. Hinao is rolling. Needs one more round to tie the set, and that would be a quick tie as well.
My man is working right now.
Again.
He started off with that, like how many times? I think what's like 3 rounds total so far of getting Sweet Chin music off the rip? Possibly 2, but either way.
But yeah, he's looking to establish that heavily, right? Oh, and then baits out the parry, puts Jojotaro in burnout. And look, he's just chipping him down right now. Oh my goodness, that big hit. Now if you get DI'd, you're dead. Oh, and there it is, the light kick into the DI. And now did such a good job, right? Draining the life slowly and being like, I'm not gonna DI until it can potentially kill. The Hashigeki bully game, the chip game is so smart to just whittle away your opponent's life. And when he got hit by that, that like really sped up the plans. So he allowed him to get a DI early, and now we're all tied up after the Ryu switch.
What a difference it made too, just to switch off between Luke and Ryu. Getting this pressure off of the burnout is everything, but also I like the fact that he was very adamant about letting this DI rip. Jotaro only had 2 bars to him. Even if like the adamant ripped, it wouldn't have been, so the damage is somewhat substantial, but he now had full health, right? And it knocks him back full screen while you're still in burnout. Like, what are you gonna do about that afterwards?
I agree. It was a win-win scenario for Hinao, even if he got his DI countered. It was one of those situations where you gotta do it.
Oh. Damn, slugging, a couple of lights. Oh, possibly looking for maybe like an OD mash out, hence he dropped, or hence the drop, excuse me.
Man, the heavy Shigeki is just assassinating the drive meter. That time, at least the donkey kick interrupted by the fireball.
Ooh. Very smart drive reversal. An excellent parry against the overhead. Getting a lot of that drive gauge back. Couldn't tell you what that was.
Yeah, I have to imagine that was the input stored behind the lock and key. Made sure to save that Tatsumaki input, most likely looking for a walk into a kick button. Unfortunate for Hinao, because now Jojotaro's back on winner's finals point.
2 bars ahead of him as well. A single hit conversion could lead into corner pressure. Hinao is not going to let that happen. Does get the first throw, and now catching the drive rush of Jojotaro off of that OS.
Oh man, and now a couple of throws here, point blank with him as well. He tried to parry to protect that last bit of drive meter, but he's gonna lose that along with the round. We are at a final round for our winners finals.
Damn, these fists are everything to me.
I let him know.
That's crazy.
That's why he tapes those up and just leaves the toes out. Cares about his fists. That's it.
Fists only, huh? Ooh, chop him back down. Trying to size him up. Damn! Where did that come from?
That's huge. That melting Akuma's life bar in the process here. Jotaro, he does get the back throw at least, right? So he's gonna take the advantage, try to push him out to the corner here. But now, yeah.
Oh, swinging, no whiff punish. But now the drain has occurred, excuse me. Now in burnout pressure, trying to press a button after a very interesting angle off of that dive kick. Could this be enough, actually?
It is Akuma. Yeah, I think it most definitely is the Adamant Flame OD route to end it. Jojotaro will be in grand finals, winner side. Man, what a bounce back right there, right? Hinao made it so close. 2-2, forcing a final round. At every stage, if he got smacked, he smacked him right back. But Jojotaro able to clutch it out in the end, had the intel he needed to gather after those initial 2 games, and clutched the 5th.
Dude, that is a lot to consider. Oh, yeah, so the TO is making sure that he now stays in place.
Yes.
Has to fight off against Punk. But man, you can start to see the difference in terms of like the damage output. Like, there's a lot of big single hit confirms that Akuma can get that leads into this fat damage. And then for the side of Ryu, outside of like these clean hits, I feel like, I don't know if it's similar in a sense.
Yeah.
Would you say it's kind of similar in a sense? Like some of the big heavy hits that come in from like Ryu, he has to have so much meter to himself. But I guess the same could be with Akuma. I'm starting to think that they're really similar.
Yeah.
In terms of damage zone.
Yeah, I definitely, especially in terms of damage done, I couldn't agree with you more, honestly. I just think Akuma, like, I think looks for those moments a bit more than Hanao did in this set. I think that was kind of the difference where we saw, like, Hanao multiple times, right? He was kind of committed to certain options where he got, like, a big hit, and then he had already flowed into the heavy Hashigeki where it didn't combo because he just didn't think Jojotaro was going to get hit by it. So I felt like there was a couple of those moments for Hanao where he was already committing to a certain option where some of these big explosive damage moments kind of fell by the wayside. And I think that kind of cost him in the end.
And I think the decision making too, coming in from Hinao, not only with the switch up, but also with this Shogeki pressure, is just so much more to consider. Jojotaro was actually being so susceptible to so many of these instances that led to these big 2 Ws to Hinao. But let's talk about these final moments, right? That error obviously hurting him more than anything because Jojotaro was pretty much on the ropes, in the corner, in burnout as well. But just this final sequence, right? Not ready to let go of that level 3. I think that level 3 could have potentially killed Akuma. Punish counter into level 3?
Yeah, raw level 3. Honestly, it would have been really close. I think it might have just straight up killed. But yeah, right, Jojotaro was like, I want to put the onus on my opponent in this situation. You're going to be the one that has to react with all the pressure, all the lights, all the expectations of getting into Capcom Cup on you. And unfortunately, Hanao just wasn't looking for that DI counter in the moment. So unfortunately for him, he's going to be dropping down to the losers finals to fight Punk, who's been looking unstoppable throughout the losers side, even from top 16 onwards. After he lost to DCQ, he has not let anybody get close.
Going into this right now, do you think Punk would be able to smother Hinao with a character like Cammy going into it? It's either going to be the Luke or the Ryu. I think, honestly, Hinao would go back to the Luke for this matchup specifically, but I'm actually kind of curious if Punk's veteran experience of being able to steamroll so many opponents and have this very active playstyle, being able to whiff punish almost near anything, is going to be an intimidating factor against Hinao.
Yeah, honestly, in my mind, the way I kind of see it playing out is, honestly, a convincing victory for Punk. Like, I think the ground game, kind of how he approaches, his timings, I think are going to give Hanao a lot of trouble. Hanao, I think, is used to the players that he's used to and is really honed in and locked in on what their timings are and the type of rhythm that a lot of the Japanese players present, right? He took down Ryukichi, Ryusei, Tokido to get here, right? Those are huge names in the Japanese scene. And I really feels like he's kind of honed his style to be a counter to that. So I think with the way Punk approaches, he's going to have some games of intel before he gets a real handle on things. We might see a little bit of similar what we saw in Winners Finals, where he goes down early, brings it back close. But against Punk, it is going to be so difficult, right? When you get behind, it's like you feel the aura, the presence of Punk, and making those comebacks is nigh impossible. Oh my goodness.
Straight into the Ryu. And it's going to be the Sea Viper pick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A whole different demeanor now in regards to the pressure that's going to be presented. We've talked about Cammy's offensive pressure on the ground and more so on the air. I feel like the air approach is what's really going to be concentrated on for that character, but this one's going to be a whole different story. Sea Viper, much more ground-based. And can't take to the skies with their shenanigans. It's not going to be like as beneficial, right? Burn kicks are only going to be more so like a mix-up tool to kind of get the knockdown and get your ground game back going in comparison.
And another thing that Punk has been super good at on this character that we haven't highlighted too much is that overhead, right? As like a low crush tool. He's really been using it to counter a lot of these crouch medium kicks. It kind of reminds me of the Cammy dive kick. He uses it in a lot of those situations, but this time the DI gets countered outright. Saw the drive rush coming on in, but didn't commit to anything that couldn't be DI'd back. Oh! Trying to crouch pierce me. When again, yeah, immediately. You talked about it, -1, right? So analysis is looking to check immediately. And wow, caught Punk pressing a button as soon as he landed as well.
Look at a decent amount of damage off of that level 1, but still within range. Crouching heavy punch has to go for the punish counter sweep. A little bit too far to get a conversion into a crouching heavy punch again.
Precisely. Oh, they didn't actually cancel that one, so it just punished outright.
Ooh. There's so much chip damage on the table. Level 2.
Oh, true. Punk did have the level 2.
He had level 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think that was a straight up true block string, but maybe it might have been. It just looked a little awkward. But either way, Hanao doing a nice job identifying where he can get the chip kill at. Oh, and Punk, of course, always identifying the whiff punishes.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think that was a true block string. I'm
genuine
about it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, level 2 does blow up any sort of projectile with Sea Viper. It does go past the projectile.
For something that slipped through the cracks and playing a new character.
Oh, a little bit too early on the Hashogeki, but Punk was ready for it. Oh, that's actually kind of rough. The character model wasn't even turned around. You tried to go for a DI. He now was ready for it this time, especially with the way that Jotaro threw that out in the last round.
Yeah.
You best believe he's going to be ready for these. Oh, was that low medium kick super jump canceled into level 2?
Yeah, it might have been something that his hands might have just got mixed up trying to get it to feint cancel.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you right there.
That was unfortunate. But Punk, you can see he's confident in the C Viper. Drops the first game, but he's going straight back into it.
Excellent conversion off of that.
OD too close on that one, but nothing afterwards, right? He wants to preserve that drive meter. Seems to be costing him right now, though. Oh my goodness, the breaks from him now, and then the reset on the DI. He's like, yeah, I got that in my playbook too, Playboy. Oh, no cross cut. Put that on Milk Carter, where it at?
Such a tough space to even try to consider Seismo, right? The fireballs just could be so much faster. To stop him and the hold on getting them, the donkey kick right into the chest of C Viper.
And because off the drive rush as well to counter the check attack from Punk. Very smart stuff from it out. Having a lot of respect for Punk's ability to check drive rushes.
Oh. So difficult to even try to check. Punk hasn't even thrown like a single Seismo to kind of like size up here now. Does get the punish counter again with that sweep. Knock him down. Forward throw. What's the approach? Dash up.
Another one. He's been really establishing these loops with C Viper in the corner and caught him now. Reaching on the third one.
Not gonna spend the rest of the bar?
Just left them standing right, trying to preserve the meter for the next round, and that could come back to cost them. Big perfect parry, saw the heavy Hashigeki winding up and did not let him continue. Well done from Punk right there, putting a round on the board. Gotta find some ground with this C Viper. If he doesn't, I think the switch is coming.
Oh, no Thunder Knuckle. That was a prime opportunity to get your Aoki started.
Yeah, now he just doesn't jump that often, right? So you see it, and it just catches you off guard. All you need to be is a frame or two off. The anti-air is not coming out. Oh, beautiful hesitation right there, right? He went with jab, jab, slight weight before the crouching medium kick, blowing up Punk's defensive timing perfectly.
Not quite dead yet, though. Oh, the overhead again! Catching the counter hit. He had done that against Jotaro before.
Big round ender, and I think Punk, I imagine he's going back to the Cammy. Yeah, we are going back to the character select screen at the very least. It's gonna take some time to think about it. You see the nod with the eyebrow raise. Like, wow, this kid, pretty good out here for 14 years old.
This guy's insane, by the way. Cammy is solidified from the side of Punk. He now showing off with that Ryu 2 games straight. Pretty convincing as well. There has just been so much activity within the mid-range that Punk was not able to really get started, which is rather impressive to say, right? Like, you can't get started with the Seismo because the fireball's just that much faster with Ryu. The normal choices, the normal ranges that he's been playing at also kind of deceptive to get Punk within actual whiff punish range for these crouching heavy punches. It's been sweep to get punish counters, but even so, when he goes for the jump overs, it didn't lead to much. And speaking of which, starting things off with the punish counter sweep right off the bat, he now susceptible to that at the very least, with Punk having to worry about the fireball game from this range, and also the Fierce is coming in, backdashing away, another punish counter.
And another big thing that Hanao has been using in the set so far, right, is that donkey kick to outspace a lot of what Punk wanted to do on the C Viper. So, oh man, the solar plex is another one of those tools, right? Moves Ryu forward so far, empty jump into the cross jab to blow up the tech throw attempt.
Oh, no cross cut again. That's the second time over. He now has not been able to show off that card.
Oh, huge throw attack from Punk right there. Ooh, not biting on that whatsoever as well. He'll take the throw, but he tried to DI the Hadouken, recovered just in time. Hanao on set point.
This is rather tough. It's the second time he's trying to throw out that drive impact against Hinao. It's been countered successfully. Looking at match point, as you had mentioned, there's just been so much going on for Hinao's Ryu. Oh my God!
Bro, yeah, these like e-break drive rushes into the donkey kick, and again the activity, bro. Using Punk's great reactions against him, right? He's like, okay, I can whip punish that, and he swings right into the last active frame.
Finally getting a very significant whiff punish off of the crouching medium punch is Punk. Oh, the uppercut, just resetting the momentum against him. He now scores! He gets the overhead, and now into the level 3. That's gonna be more than enough damage. Ladies and gentlemen, Hinao going back up to face against JoJo. 3-0 against Punk? Are you kidding me?
Wow. And he now, bro, that was true, like, young man style gameplay where you do not know the consequences of life. Like, my man was not worried about it, right? It's true, though. Like, he was not worried about the things that Punk could have done. He was like, I'm going to do a drive rush. Okay, it didn't work. Immediate drive rush overhead again. Like, he was not concerned with the possibilities, the consequences of his actions. He was looking to win the game, and boy, did he ever.
Brother, you are not kidding. The most he has to worry about is probably homework.
Yeah, legit. He's like, you know what? My grades are looking good. I don't got nothing to worry about. And that's exactly what we saw. Just aggression and confidence against Punk. Like, never second guessing, never hesitating. And man, what a performance.
This is rather impressive too. That, again, I think level 2 would have done a pretty decent amount of damage also. But man, a slight mishap. That was definitely an execution error of that from the side of Punk.
But yeah,
but
so
look
many.
at that. You were talking about it right on the money too. Like really taking advantage of like Punk's reactionary tendencies. Yeah. Going for a drive rush, immediate E-break, being able to stuff him out has been so on point. That was an excellent call.
Like the fireballs, the donkey kicks, like the E-break drive rushes, all of those things did such a work against Punk, right? And it's all these tools that you need to fight somebody with extremely strong ground game, right? You want to use that fireball that outspaces their long range buttons a little bit. Same thing with the donkey kick. It outspaces a lot of the options the players are looking for. And against Punk, whose reactions are very, very strong, has a lot of startup. So if he kind of just gets in his own head a little bit, or if he thinks that the donkey kick isn't going to reach, he's going to definitely try to whiff punish, and he ends up swinging into it a couple of times. In addition to that, the drive rush with the momentum stops with the donkey kick, just taking advantage of Punk's excellent drive rush check tendencies. Man, that was expert stuff from Hinao right there. I am more than impressed.
At the age of 14?
Like, age of 14,
Who was he watching prior to that? Like,
wow.
What was he? When did he even consider fighting games? Is what I want to know.
Yeah.
Like, was this his first game? I need to know these answers ASAP.
Yeah, I know, right? Because it's like, you can't just assume that because Blas is like the same age. And Blas was all over Street Fighter V online. Like, we've seen we've seen the screenshots of how high this dude climbed up during Street Fighter V, right? So Hinao might have been playing some as well, just, a little bit too young to be traveling to a lot of the offline events. But yeah, I would love to know the story. Hopefully we get more details soon. But man, we are at Grand Finals, and who could have predicted this? The last Capcom Cup qualification spot is either going to go to Jojo Taro or Hinao. Like, what?
I couldn't have imagined it. If my life was on the line, consider me dead, dude. There was no way I'd be able to call either of these cats. But even more so, the more impressive, right? There were so many different landmines going into this event. We had harped on this a good amount of times between myself and Sherry, myself and you, even with James. There's just so many that goes into this final premiere in a spot that actually has so many hidden killers. But here we are, right? Still staying true, hidden killers, Jojo Taro and Hinao, with the way that they've been progressing throughout the bracket. Can you believe it still? Hinao 3-0 over Punk, and even before that, 3-0 over Tokido.
Bruh.
What in the hell is happening right now?
Like, you beat two of the most iconic fighting game players of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time. Not even the modern era, but of all time. 6-0, not dropping a game to either one. Like, whew. Yeah, the future is scary, and it is very bright, let me tell you.
I thought you were going to go, the future is now, old man. That's what it feels like, honestly.
Oh, nah, not the 14-year-olds making the 20-year-olds be old men, bro. That is the scary one. Remember, Punk's still very young. Like, I know he's been around for a minute now, but he's still just mid-20s.
It's so wild, dude. My nephew literally just turned 13, but man, being at the scale of like at the grand finals of a super premiere, I couldn't even imagine it.
Bro, yeah, like, I mean, all the things you're going through in life as like a 14-year-old, right? You're hitting puberty as a teenager, you're growing up, your body's changing, and then you gotta go fight Tokido and Punk. Like, what the hell? Getting your first hair on your chin, and then you gotta go fight Tokido and Punk, and you don't even blink, you don't even flinch. Just a 6-0 domination.
That is a wild thing to even consider. It's just like
yeah, like you think about you at that age, right? And then having to go in up against these players. But it looks like we got our Capcom leaderboard updated as well. Punk with that third place finish is actually gonna take the #1 spot with 600 total points, as well as Momochi, Kobayan, Ryukichi, Dual Kevin, And Itabashi Zangief, I believe, does hold the tiebreaker over Ending Walker for that final 6 spots that are going to qualify into Capcom Cup.
Damn, son. And then Tokido at the very end. We seen how impactful these points were going to be towards his success into Capcom Cup 12. I think, 50 more points was what he would need over Itabashi Zangief. Obviously, if the math is checking out. And that was just one win away. It was to beat Punk. To beat Punk would have got him into Capcom Cup, man.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate for sure for Tokido falling just that little bit short, right? Getting closer. Maybe he gets the tiebreaker up against Itabashi. Man, but yeah, those top 6 that you see are the solidified Capcom Cup qualifiers. So congratulations to all of those players, right? Again, Punk, Momochi, Kobayan, Ryukichi, Dual Kevin, and Itabashi Zangief. Those are going to be your qualifiers through the offline leaderboards, and that's got to be a big relief to some of these regions, right? Obviously, NA East, that's going to be a whole new spot. They don't got to worry about Punk anymore in the World Warrior events. Same thing with the Midwest for Dual Kevin. And then 4 players from Japan also qualifying via the leaderboards. You love to see it.
Damn, that is going to be so wild. And I know Japan still has to go through 4 and 5 with their World Warriors. They're still not even close to finished yet, plus the regional finals. And then on top of that, they have to go through Street Fighter League. There are so many opportunities right now for all of these cats to make it into Capcom Cup, whether it's in the singles, whether it's in the teams division. There's so much to consider. And man, these regional finals are going to be coming in real hot real soon. And I cannot wait to see how it turns out. Just seeing how many spots just open up just based off of these names alone.
Yeah, it is a truly qualifier season now, right? Like, we are going to get rapid fire qualifiers via this event where we're going to crown either Jojo Taro or Hanao into the Capcom Cup as well. Those 6 participants for the offline leaderboards. And then some of the super regions have already wrapped up, right? Like, in terms of the super region qualifier. Like, I know Lex has qualified out of the UK. There's a couple other super regions that have had their qualifiers as well. And then the regional finals that are about to be spammed week after week after week, qualifying somebody in the Capcom Cup is going to be a hell of a time.
Damn, son. You guys do not want to miss any of it going forward into like the rest of our scheduling, I'll tell you what. But again, we are gearing up for our grand finals. Jojo Taro going for the rematch against Hinao. I guess vice versa, considering Hinao is going to be in the loser side spot, right? Jojo Taro with a very, very convincing, I want to say like convincing ender towards the set, not necessarily a convincing full set, because again, having that switch up between Luke into Ryu was giving him quite a good amount of trouble. So the question begs is he now going to start off with the Ryu? I would imagine so. He's been pretty hot with that character so far.
Yeah, absolutely, right? He rode that momentum where he built those 2-game comeback, forced the final round in Winners Finals, and he kept using that character up against Punk and Losers, right? So I have to imagine that's what he starts with here. We'll see if Jojo Taro can kind of weather that storm. Obviously, the Ryu Akuma, you're allowed to make so little mistakes with Akuma in that matchup, right? Because of the ability Ryu has to delete your health, and you having 9K, a little bit slower, slightly lower than the average amount. So it's going to be scary. That's kind of what we saw, how Hanao made some of his comeback, was those big explosive strikes, and Akuma just bleeding to death with it. So that's going to be what we see in grand finals, I imagine. Man, I just realized it. Is the last Capcom Cup offline premiere really going to be Ryu Akuma grand finals?
I was literally just thinking that, actually. I'm like, damn, son, with the character diversity we've had and the talks in the meta, can you believe it's actually Ryu Akuma? You literally just like siphoned it out of my brain. I literally kind of perked up. I'm like, damn, son, Ryu's in the grand finals.
Yeah.
And then you brought it up. I'm like, man, what a beast.
Ryu Akuma grand finals, like a classic Street Fighter, 2 of the most iconic characters. They already got their McDonald's colors. That's how iconic they are. Both Akuma and Ryu. McDonald's was like, most definitely we got to get their colors handled first and foremost.
You got me good on that one. You got to, hold on, you got to carry the ship a little bit. Hold on. Drive the ship real quick.
I'm going to drive it straight to McDonald's. Give me a sausage McMuffin.
Keep it down, sausage McMuffin. Look, you fell asleep. We are gearing up towards the grand finals. We're not just yapping just to yap. I promise you, Chad. This is definitely going to be quite the spectacle. We have to gear it up for a big competitor making it into Capcom Cup 12. Can you believe it? My man, between Hinao and Jojo Taro, 2 players that have been completely under the radar for a lot of the player and fan base outside of Japan.
Absolutely, right. I know Japan been probably waiting for some breakout performances from these two, right? But for a lot of us, there's so much talent in that region that there's so many players to focus on, so many players to be a fan of. That a lot of or some of them, I should say, just fly under the radar. You don't get as much spotlight, as much attention. And these two kind of apply to that. But hey, you could tell there's definitely some people with their eyes open out there. Jojo Taro's obviously sponsored, Hanao recruited to be part of the Reject Youth Division. There's definitely plenty of potential that had been built up to this moment. So now we're going to see who really lives up to that in the biggest moment they've had so far in their fighting game career.
This kid is hyping himself up, getting so ready, and then you saw on the other side Jojo Taro going through his final notes for his final matchup of the weekend. This is going to be insane. I know for sure this is going to be a slugfest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've seen it, right? Both of these players haven't really been afraid at all. They are both very confident players, willing to get in each other's faces and kind of slug it out a little bit. They have a lot of confidence. Let's get it, brother. Grand finals of the last offline premiere of the CPT season. Kwaisho Fight Club Championship. Jojo Taro versus Hanao. Thank you all for joining us. Let's qualify somebody else in the Capcom Cup 12.
This is it, ladies and gentlemen. The final event to see who auto-qualifies. Akuma versus Ryu, Jojo Taro versus Hinao.
Oh, man. Already start off, both players testing each other's fireball awareness, right? Are you going to try to jump? Are you going to perfect parry and drive rush in? Oh, and the spacing trap right there, even outspacing the medium.
Oh, a big damper to the momentum. That donkey kick just right to the chest. Jojo Taro going for the drive rush, gets the chop on.
And you saw him try to walk under. You ain't going nowhere, fam. And then the crouch medium kick straight to the Hashigeki as an auto confirm. You already know.
Oh. A plethora of buttons coming in from Hinao. Does get the crosscut this time. Jojo Taro paying the tax. Only has a little bit left in the tank to try to make this comeback happen. And Jojo Taro not able to make Hinao flinch.
And we are seeing exactly what we thought with Hanao starting with the Ryu, right? Did so much work with it in the winners finals. I'm sure if he would have had it his way, that's what he would have started with, and he gets that chance here in Grands. Oh, immediately challenging the pressure as well. Oh, and then a fierce, oh, wait a moment, and then run it right back. Hit him with a little bit of that remix, but now we get an ODDP in response.
Yeah, tried to double dash and steal his turn away. That was a counter hit that started things off against Hinao, and now the burnout does occur. Jojo Taro, this is your time to strike. Set it up with the fireball first. That is a big trap set and laid waste to Hinao's life bar coming through with this drive impact into the stun. It's not going to be quite dead yet, question mark. No, he did have some in the tank. He charges up the fireball for the level 1. I like that conversion. I thought it was going to be just a little bit more left, but no, sir. The damage output just too great coming in from the demon.
I love the word you use, trap, right? He knew that the fireballs were going to nullify. He was not even hesitant. And then again right there, not putting anything out, waiting for it now to make the first move and checks the drive rush.
Oh, these spacing traps are just so potent against Hinao, whether it's a fireball, whether it's a normal. He's been planning it out so successfully up until this point. This back throw coming in from Hinao, checking with the donkey kick, jump back jab to stop the demon wave from even starting up any sort of pressure.
Right, yeah, he'll take just the jump back jab to maintain that corner, but he lost it now. ODDP not afraid to let it rip. The donkey kick builds him back a nice little chunk of drive engage as well, but again, Jojo Taro, he's picked these moments to be so patient and not committing to anything. Again, off that jump stop. Oh,
what do you mean?
Literally mid-sentence jump to level 3, psych. My man now connects with it. He's got a lot of burnout to work through, but Jojo Taro is scary for him as well. Double dash, tries to chill him out and does with the adamant flame. What recognition.
How did that hit, first and foremost?
I do not know. I was like, man, Jojo Taro was just rolling. What a call out on the wake up soon. Nope.
Wow. I'm floored by that. That is something that needs to be studied, actually. I'm gonna check that out later. Either way, Jojo Taro getting the first game.
Man. And getting more type of traps, right? Using that light kick to cut off the medium that Hanao most likely pressed.
Ooh. Oh, what a call out. It's a drive rush forward fierce. Excellent time to use that drive impact. The solar plexus applying pressure. Does get the forward throw. Damn, the forward fierce hit again.
Yeah, confirms the target combo off of it. Oh, and now again in these moments does get the frame trap regardless. It was one of those moments where he automatically flowed into the heavy Hashigeki rather than capitalizing on the hit, but it's okay. As we mentioned, it's plus all day, every day, so he got the frame trap after.
rather tricky in terms of the angle of the demon flip. Dive kick, we do get the drive reversal, charge up for the Denjin. A little bit more of a threat in the fireball game. Oh, that actually caught on the other side? That was random. I thought that was going to be a DP, but it was a cross-cut fireball?
Yeah, ended up working out for her now. Another prize pressure on the corner, getting the drive parry as well. So look at all these buttons. Trying to catch Jotaro swinging into it, but instead he pulls out one of these jumps. And now he just sprinkles them in, right? Barely ever uses the jump, and he's so successful every time he finds it. One up, just like that.
It was so wild because you would expect a fireball within that range, hence why Jotaro committed to that action. You saw a bunch of the... Damn, this man is shaking! You saw so many fake outs with these buttons and immediately calling out the fireball. That was an excellent bait from Hinao.
Yeah, it feels like he now plays very grounded and fireball heavy until he can get the kill with the jump in. And then that's when he kind of schemes on the jump a little bit more. Let's keep an eye on that going forward.
Speaking of fireballs now, letting him rip is Jotaro. Hinao was trying to space himself out with the donkey kick, but still finds a way in. A lot of traps being set now. Forward throw, Hinao within range. He delays the crouching medium punch and still causing Jotaro to flinch. No parries here. The sequencing has been correct from Hinao 4 times over, by the way.
Yeah, that was ridiculous, right? I love his timing on everything, as you mentioned. There's a slight delay on that crouch medium punch to give Jotaro a window to do an invincible reversal while blocking, then immediately applying pressure again. Oh, takes the throw here. And build up so much drive meter back by holding the parry on the donkey kick.
Ooh. Just get the counter hit down below. Low medium kick to start off. Jotaro looking rather dry, trying to enforce his will, gain some of that meter back, but also the control against the against the jump in, but the uppercut coming in from Hinao. Pretty explosive himself. The fierce just, oh my God, you reset off of that and you kill him for game 2?
Oh my goodness, and now the explosiveness of Ryu coupled with his explosiveness as a player. We got a 2-1 lead just like that after falling in the first game. And you see right there, right, he really picks his spots with the jumps. He did the perfect parry into the jump, thinking that Jotaro might throw another fireball, but it was just enough to make Jotaro hesitate. No anti-air, he ends up snowballing from there.
Damn, that was mad close too. If it was blocked, it would have got punished, I think. I don't even know what actual strength that was, excuse me. Hello, brain fart.
But yeah, 100%. I think from that range, he gets punished either way. And again, though, look at this. Is a donkey kick gonna get blocked? That's the real question at this time.
Oh. Chucking away with the fireballs with this range. Yeah, a little bit too close for comfort. No big conversion for this side of Jotaro, letting Hinao get his turn. But it's Hinao, first one into burnout. Best believe, yeah, he's gonna be setting the trap yet again. Frame trap, I should say specifically. Big punish coming in. Damn, doesn't even need the level 1, by the way, off of that rip from the standing roundhouse into the standing heavy punch.
Yeah, Jotaro thought Hinao would apply some pressure and get that burnout, right? But instead he just blocks, waiting for Jotaro to do something to protect that drive gauge. Masterful stuff from Hinao right now.
Oh, they're jumping in again, catching the fireball. This is excellent to get your reset match going. Oh, no whiff punish, but still a counter hit. Oh, still crouching. That was a crouching state Akuma. That's why the roundhouse whiffed.
Yeah, he needs to go with a different conversion right there. And this time he commits to the throw on wake up. Big Demon Raid to blow him up hard. DI missed time. And Hinao confirms it to the level 3. That is massive damage here. Oh my, the reset has arrived. Hinao drops the first game and then speed runs 3 to reset the bracket.
We told you it was going to be explosive. Not even just based off the character selection, but the way these two have been playing. The counterplays are so effective from the side of Hinao with this Ryu. My man is switching this water bottle so many times. He's throwing Hinao off of his game, bro. He's like, yo, let it rock, son.
Man, it's such an impressive performances from Hinao, like throughout this top 8 so far. And yeah, he started jumping a little bit more frequently, right? A lot of them were set up after a perfect parry or something like that, but he's showing that he's willing to do that a bit more, and he's kind of throwing off Jotaro's comfortness with throwing the fireballs, and that's been such a big part of Jotaro's game. He's been excellent at throwing the Gohadukens and being in the space right outside a lot of opponents' normal ranges where he's able to harass with it, but he's been paying dearly for throwing these a little bit too much.
It's so hard to tell because of the spacing that he now puts himself at, like outside of medium kick range, and also checking with the donkey kick so often. It's like, who who could blame Jojo Toro for even trying to throw these fireballs to disrupt his timing and prevent Hina from even throwing these specific two things? Medium kick again, really dampening the approach against Jojo Toro.
Oh!
Nothing of it though.
Yeah, a little surprised that Jojo Toro wasn't ready to follow that one up. And now he's been whipping a lot into a bigger button, right? Or into the repeated button at the same time. So that's another thing that Jojo Toro might be able to pick up on and start finding some whip punishes with. Pressure, just took the plus frames and the throw afterwards.
Damn, son. My bad.
Supplying this pressure, yeah, good job getting the parry up or else that drive bar got disappeared, but let's try the overhead. Knew he was gonna go for something like that. Checks the drive rush. He saw the parry, right? And he assumed that the drive rush cancel was gonna be coming. Protect yourself from getting like punish counter thrown. Instead, he commits to the crouch medium kick, cuts off the drive rush perfectly, and now pick it up right where he left off.
Dude, he's been in such control over Jojo Toro's approach in these last couple of rounds, but now the first time we actually get to see Jojo Toro shine with his Akuma. The interruption, stand jab, it was delayed whatever normal it was. Coming in from the Akuma, drive impact as a Hail Mary. And he drops the combo yet again!
Bruh, Jojo Toro, he's left so much damage on the table in this set already. Could be the nerves getting to him a little bit. He's got a good position right now though, but you see him now. No fear in his heart, man, just dashing forward out of the corner. Big throw now, Jojo Toro looking to take control back. Oh, this bro. Oh, and then get off to the jab, goes with the crouch strong. Was drive rush, so he set the frame trap perfectly. And now with the lead for the first time in this grand finals.
And Jojo Toro actually had a perfect parry against the fireball and was within range to actually get a punish, but nothing came of it.
Yeah. Like, now is just like rapid firing different options at you, right? A bunch of normals are coming, the donkey kick, the solar plexus, and it's really causing Jojo Toro to hesitate in these moments, even when he's successfully getting perfect parries or something like that.
You can see the impatience coming in from Jojo Toro. It does get the punish counter though. The first time we've actually seen a really, really clean one thus far. ODDP, he's not afraid, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, living that consequences-free life, not thinking about it, just all gas, no brakes.
Oh, he has to hold that, forcing Jojo into the burnout first. The chop actually, he now not able to walk under it. Low forward exposure down below, but still chipping away at the big demon presented before him.
Yeah, he wanted the back throw right there. Oh, try to DI. What a cancel to the demon raid after the normal got absorbed by DI. That was immaculate from Jojo Toro, but it's not enough to save him. Pixel in the corner. How much magic you got in this? Not enough. Quick light kick after, and now staying on the board.
This guy's insane. Both players, absolutely insane.
Yeah, Jojo Toro like canceling his absorb rumble on DI with Demon Ray to avoid the drive impact was like bananas. That was like one of the best things I've ever seen.
I was actually terrified. I'm like, this drive impact's gonna smack you up. Dude, how many donkey kicks is he getting away with, man?
Legit, he hasn't been using this tool as such a strong harassment, and now he burns him out with the power of Crouch Fierce and OD Hashigeki. Oh my, bruh. Jojo Toro takes advantage of that slightly mistimed DI, but can he make more out of it? Oh, he's gonna get chipped, bro. There it is, the cancel. It's a level 2. And now one match away from qualifying in the Capcom Cup.
Brother, he's done so much damage off of chip alone. Getting Jojo Toro into these burnout situations so quickly, it's rather impressive, man. And just thinking about it too, like right out the gate, like how often these donkey kicks find the target, find the mark, being able to skip over and stop Jojo from advancing.
Yeah, man, and it's like, it's a big buildup, right? If you just eat that solo, like with the Akuma lowered health, it's a significant chunk. If you block it, it's a significant chunk of your drive meter. Like, you really got to either try to outspace it, parry it on reaction, but none of those answers are easy. And now the way he uses it, the spacing, the way he cycles through different options at that same range, so you're not always just going to be able to reliably answer it with the options, it's very impressive.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the trades are always going to go in his favor as well when it's the fireball and the donkey kick.
We do get the tip throw coming in from a very advantageous drive rush forward, standing medium punch, but now the damage being dealt from Hinao. Dash up forward, gets the forward throw. Shogeki, you press the button, counter hit for the juggle. Level 1 is going to be enough as well, but it's going to be the DP instead off of the donkey kick. Looking at championship point for Hinao, so convincing, he might just take it here and now.
The Ryu privilege right there. The Hashigeki launching him to the sky. And now Hanao just needs one more round. Jojo Taro strike it first though. He needs to start these offense, man. He needs to gain some momentum, a little bit too far that time, but he does check the drive rush.
The first time we've seen Jojo Taro in control this entire set. Oh, that could have been a perfect parry, could have been disastrous. Does get a punish counter. Jojo misstepping in front of Hanao. Gonna be paying dearly for it. The pressure is on.
He's got CA, bro. This Akuma is dead with the next touch. Oh, and good thing for Jojo Taro. Beats him to the button right there. The crouch medium kick finds the gap in the pressure. Lives to fight another round.
Needs to find a game on the board. He needs to find a way around the presence of Hanao, around the donkey kick, around the medium kicks as well. Oh, they're within range. Yeah, you know it. The Fierce connects. This is huge.
Just cuts the combo off early, right? Didn't want to invest any more drive meter or OD, anything like that. And Jojo Taro, though, finding a hit, going into the super to make sure Hanao burns out. Man, the way Hanao's playing, though, the confidence. I don't know if burnout's going to be enough.
Oh, you can see Hanao buffering in between as well. Oh, the jump in does get cleaned out. Jojo couldn't secure this game for himself, excuse me. He's at the space to do so, and the tip is there. And if not, Hanao tried to jump away. The OD fireball just a little bit too quick, catching the legs of Ryu. Staying alive for another game in this set is Jojo Taro. Again, the first time we've seen him in control thus far, sitting into this grand final set.
Yeah, super strong fireball sequencing right there, right? The additional block stun of the fireball, making sure that Ryu cannot jump out.
Some of these normals just getting away scot-free. Even higher recovery, lingering, heavy normals just going untouched.
Yeah, again, that's just a testament to the different options that Hanao's been presenting. Overwhelming the mental stack. No check that time.
Oh. Uh-oh. Burnout early from the side of Hanao. Usual jump does get covered as well. The meaty drive impacts Jojo. Nice and easy now. Can't be dropping this. Does have a little bit more in the tank. Forced to use a level 1. Not quite dead.
Oh my goodness here.
Uh-oh.
And now immediately drive reversing off, right? He wants that space back. Oh, clipped. He took that white life with him from the drive reversal as well.
Oh, now he's level 1. No way the drive impact's gonna connect, and also the gap is there. Jojo Taro willing to throw out that jab. There wasn't enough life for Hanao to actually absorb anything else outside of the drive impact. If he had a little bit more, then it would have succeeded.
Yeah. And great recognition from Jojo Taro in that instance. And now outspacing the donkey kicks a little bit more. Might starting to lock in a little bit. Oh, and again, checking Hanao, trying to commit to the drive rush out of the corner. Jojo Taro, he's found the rhythm a little bit.
Immediately do something with the OD. And now firing away, wake up buttons. Crouching jab, catching a slight delay off of the drive rush from Hanao.
Yo, these players right now, bruh. It looked like Hanao was about to run away with grand finals, and just like that, we're all knotted up. It is one game for Capcom Cup.
2 rounds straight. Coming into game 4, the big rebuttal from the side of Jojo Taro. What's going to be the strategies going forward for Hanao? Seems to have been figured out so far.
Man, I cannot believe this comes down to one game and beating him to the button with the jab right there. Staying compact, staying quick. Oh, you can't do what I do. The whiff into the repeated button. That's a Hanao special.
That's the second time he's trying to catch Jojo Taro with a throw. Again, he's walked out of danger. We saw that in the previous game. We do get the throw this time. Drive rush forward. Trying to do it again? No, applying normals instead.
Oh, protects his drive gauge that time. Walks out of it. Didn't get too much out of it. Was just already committed to the light kick.
Oh, the jump gets covered. Jojo Taro gets a forward throw, setting up with a fireball trap. Drive rush forward, overhead does get blocked successfully. He's walking a little bit too close.
The throw was there that time. He knows he can eat a throw or two. Oh, and what a DI! Calls out the fireball. Jojo Taro is now on Capcom Cup point.
That'd be kind of sick, man. That'd be kind of sick to see him pull it right back out from an 0-2 deficit. However, these fists coming in from Hanao, he's got a lot to say about it in rebuttal. He might just be able to tie it up with this sequence. Oh, the uppercut this time, a second time in a row.
Yeah, went back to the well, right? This time the water showed up. And now, oh, the DI is there. Jojo Taro, he burned himself out with it, but he's gonna take the back throw. He wants the screen space. Ooh. Right kick, and then the crouch medium after catching Jojo Taro, and we're at yet another final round between these two elite competitors.
Locked and loaded. Level 3s ready on both sides. Full drive gauge to start. Obviously, Jojo Taro trying to get to the races first. He now anti-airs correctly. Back throw in control towards the corner. This fierce is everything. DP, level 3. You are one guess away from qualifying. Can you succeed?
Here we go, Jojo Taro, what's the defensive gambit here? Hanao, a little bit spaced out, he gets the light kick, but nothing afterwards. Oh, and he finds it! Hanao qualifies into Capcom Cup 12 at just 14 years old. Man, oh man, love to see the celebration, all that sweat, all that hard work gets to release in that moment, taking it in the reset over Jojo Taro, able to defeat him 2 sets in a row. My goodness, man.
Oh, you better get days off of school for that one. I'll tell you why. You better get some time off because you're going to Capcom Cup. History is being made before our very eyes in the Capcom Pro Tour. What a showing. And dude, he's aura farming immediately.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
My man went for the pop-off. He went for the shake, although he went for the hug. It did get tech. Now he went immediately into aura farming. This kid is sensational.
His face while he's posing with the trophy, he's literally just farming. Like, there's no type of happiness, no type of joy. He's like, look at how cool I look next to this trophy, bro. Like, the mean mug. That is actually next level from Hanao. Not only becoming the Kwaisho Fight Club champion, but qualifying to Ryu Goku Koko Gikan.
This dude is insane.
Bro, look at him right now. Like, yo, the fact that he's not like smiling, the jump for joys is over. Now he's like, yo, you have to deal with a real killer on your hands.
Oh, he's back at the pose. He knows what to do. They are focusing on the trophy, but right now you got to focus on the champion. You're looking at a whole different type of prodigy. It is Hanao making a huge statement in the realm of not only Street Fighter 6, but in the fighting game community.
Oh yeah, 100% right here. This is a huge story for the community as a whole. And I need that Hanao Blaz at Capcom Cup in my veins immediately, bro.
Dude, the standoff is gonna be mad funny between the two, I'll tell you what. Just looking at it.
Yo, my man is straight farming right now, bro. He's got the overalls on.
He's like, where'd you guys come from?
本当にもうなんか嬉しいっていうか、なんか今回こんなにそもそも勝てると思ってなくて、もう嬉しいんですけど、もうパンクってかもうさっきもう負けた時点でやばーって思ったんですけども、そこから本当になんか勝って嬉しいです。本当に。
这次真的非常开心，本来是非常紧张的，在输掉Punk的时候，我以为真的已经没有了，但是最后还能够全部赢下来，非常的开心。
好，让我们再次恭喜Hanao获得王者之战62025亚洲排青赛的冠军。但是今晚的荣耀不只属于冠军，从8强集结到最终的对决，每一位站在这里的选手都用实力书写了属于自己的荣耀。现在让我们用同样热烈的掌声，有请本次赛事2至8名的选手。首先，请出我们的亚军Jojo Taro。
Yeah, big ups to Jojo Taro as well. An incredible second place finish. Really gave Hanao everything he could handle in both winners and grand finals, but what a clutch victory. Hanao, man, complete monstrous performance to take the whole tournament. You're gonna get the rest of the top 8 out here now as well. Celebrated everybody that did an amazing job. Obviously, Punk gotta be happy with the result as well.
Brother, he was coming out with tears in his eyes. Jojo Taro, he had to like,
man.
Oh, the emotions coming through. But there was just so, that's just the nature of the competition, man. Only one winner could come out of it. But what a story too. Like Jojo Taro taking down Hanao in the winners final, looking rather convincing against the Luke primarily.
Yeah.
A little bit shaky against the Ryu, but the full rebuttal of domination coming in from Hinao was unexpected. Sticking to the Ryu as well.
And Jojo Taro, he made some great adjustments in the reset, right? Those 2 games that he took, I don't remember him getting jumped in on once when it came to the fireball counters. He really cleaned up his gameplay, switched up his pacing and decision-making, but at the end of the day, Hanao had gathered enough intel, made him adjust enough to clutch out the last game.
As we get ready for the award ceremony, my man, Noah the Prodigy texting away, and then Tokido getting ready, getting his Osmo ready. Oh, they're both getting ready, I see.
Nice, nice.
I'm so glad that he had his camera out instead of Twitter.
I'm very afraid of the Noah the Prodigy Twitter For You page. I'm telling you what.
I'm cooling without it. Kills you, Monster Prince also fantastic showing into their run in the final premiere. Tokido, quite the shutout actually, but still rather impressive that he's made it with Ken and JP.
Yes, sir.
Noah the Prodigy also with that explosive Luke coming in real hot and heavy when it came to his winner side performance. Didn't really get to make out much of it, but also going for the rest of it. Iguto, phenomenal my play. Punk the God, showcasing his prowess with any new character that he decides to play with. And overall, oh my God, Jojo Taro.
So close, man.
It was so damn close.
Played so well, bro. Defeated Oil King, Yuto, Noah the Prodigy, Hanao, VX Bao. Like, had so many great victories, but you know, that is the nature of the beast, as you put it. Hanao was just able to be a little bit better on that any given Saturday. Those medals are super sick, by the way.
Oh, no doubt.
Huge fan.
He's talking, Noah's talking to Tokido right now. It's like, hey, Tokido, do you think I played good today?
Tokido's like, bro, you beat me 3-0.
I think. He'll always start, I think. Gameplay. It's very good.
Next up, we have Mr. Han Wenbin to present our top 8 with special event souvenir.
Oh, sick.
Let's go.
Oh, look, it's the pandas.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right on. We were just talking about that. Very much so well known for their panda exhibit out in Chengdu. That's kind of cool. I want one of those. Hold up.
It's a super sick reward from the top 8.
Oh, there's so much to carry, brother. What do you mean? You're gonna just like hand a plethora of like heavy weighted items towards Hanao.
I was gonna say Hanao's gonna get so many like rewards that we're not even gonna be able to see them. Like they're just gonna stack over him as a person.
He's gotta come back home after his field trip and be like, hey, mom, dad, can we go to to Ryugoku?
Yeah, you know. Real quick, let me just get a feel for it.
It's so wild, man. Absolutely insane. 14!
14 years
Brother, I couldn't even
old.
dribble a basketball properly at 14. Are you kidding me?
Say it, bro. How are you beating the best players in the world?
Please to the middle, to the trophy.
It's time to raise the trophy. The trophy that's bigger than him.
Thank you, stage manager, my man.
Yeah, he's like, bro, no, you got a bunch of stuff.
Oh boy. This is it, ladies and gentlemen, the crowning moment again.
Can you help
Oh, brother, he can't even lift up the trophy. That is a heavy trophy, though. It looks mad heavy, to be fair. Oh, dear Lord.
We need a stabilizer.
Your Fight Club Championship 6 champion going into Capcom Cup 12, excuse me. Hinao with such an impressive showing. Like, we can't emphasize that enough. Just the amount of talent he had to go through to make it. Brother, I don't even know if he has space in his luggage for that bad boy. And also, who's his guardian? Is Tokido his legal guardian right now?
Yeah, I don't know. Might be the one looking after him, the reject veteran.
Thank you.
Man, now, bro, I want to go back and watch some of his sets and really try to figure out how he did all of this, right? It was such an impressive performance. Like, literally just rapid-fire options being presented to the opponent constantly, right? He didn't care if he whiffed a button. He was immediately going to follow it up with something. He put the onus on you to have your whip punishing that ready. He did a great job never relying on a single option too much. He was willing to jump but not do it too much. His fireball game was very strong. He showed off the reactions at any given point. Yeah, like, it was just incredible gameplay, match after match. And yeah, I want to crack it open, man. That was just something that, you know, we haven't gotten to see a lot of him now. And now I want to see as much as possible when it comes to his in-game skill.
Now that you're focusing on that, like talking about the prowess and also like the decision-making coming in from Hinao and where he's changed up, I actually want to see more so on the defensive end. Like, what was Jojo Taro thinking about in some of these instances where he couldn't get around two of the biggest factors that actually led him into the offset, or the reset, excuse me, right? There was a lot of the donkey kicks really coming into play, and I don't want to keep it as shallow as that, but the fact of the matter is the spacing and the timing of it all, there were so many big trade-offs going in favor of Hinao. And also, if you get these donkey kicks and the trade does happen, he gets to drive rush on forward and continue on to his pressure. And it's so detrimental to the kind of playstyle that Akuma wants to get away with, right? That walk speed doesn't equate to anything if you're stuck into the corner. So I want to really know like what happens between that. I mean, like, you could cover the Hinao side for sure. I'm definitely looking forward to that video. I'm going to just do my homework and look at what was really plaguing Jojo Taro in terms of like his mindset of trying to come back and make these adaptations, because it took a pretty decent amount of time, and also so many ideas coming around, like trying to enforce like crouching medium punch space traps towards the end of it all and getting absolutely whiff punished, right? He was throwing that without any sort of caution into the wind, finding himself susceptible to a lot of these high-end punishes coming in from Hinao. So super impressive, really excited to digest it all.
Yeah, and to your point about the donkey kicks, right? One of the things about Hinao and his usage of it, to me, that stood out was the fact that he didn't use it just outside like the normal range where you typically use it, right? Where it might be safe on block, the pushback's enough to keep you safe, right? He really wanted to use it when he thought the opponent was going to do something. He didn't really, right? It wasn't about like outspacing and maybe you swing into it or something like that. He was trying to trade with fireballs. He was trying to basically like beat you to the punch with that while trying to attack this range where you usually think you're comfortable at. You're like, okay, maybe he's too close to do that type of donkey kick, right? He's not going to want to do that. He's going to want to do something else. And that's when he let it rip. Because we even saw Jojo Taro towards the end really start out spacing it. He got a couple of whiff punishes on the donkey kick, right? Yeah. But then he started getting hit, counter hit, or getting his fireballs traded with. It was just, really honestly, so many things to really look at and analyze, and just incredible showing.
Damn, you really put it on really on the money when it comes to like that fireball game too. When it comes to like Akuma and Ryu, obviously they could kind of go toe to toe in terms of the speed, but like up close, it's much harder to even gauge. So like if Akuma's like willing to throw out these fireballs, it's like, you know what? If I kind of try to like anticipate it or react to it from a certain distance, these donkey kicks are going to be doing so much more damage. Like, why would I even try to nullify a fireball with a fireball? Why not just try to kick the damn guy and try to get this trade off? And even so, even a step before that, right? Like, he now being in the loser side against Punk 3-0 against him, both against the Sea Viper and Cammy, that also needs to be studied, because that was ridiculous.
I'm honestly a little bit more interested in going back and watching that match, like the Hinao Punk match. Like, how did you take down Punk 3-0? Like, I really want to see that and figure out like what all happened and what went so right for him and what happened with Punk on the defensive end and whatnot. It was just, so much to look into when it comes to Hinao's performance today. Because as we said, man, we did not expect that, right? Grand finals being Jojo Taro and Hinao, and then Hinao being able to qualify into Capcom Cup. What an incredible tale for the final Capcom Cup offline event.
Damn. The final Capcom Cup offline event. That is wild to say. You know, we started things off at a pretty high note in regards to kicking off the brand new season of like bringing points back, bringing offline premieres back, and really just bringing a lot of the community all back together to enjoy some of these sets. And I know obviously we have a lot of overseas broadcasts that come through. Obviously we're coming in hot and heavy with the restreams, the English restreams in the Burbank studio. But the fact of the matter is, again, we have these broadcasts to even just enjoy the spectacle of it all, right? Whether you agree or disagree towards like the logistics of it all, I think the sole fact remains is that we're witnessing history in the making, right? We're seeing the spotlight being shown for the players and their talented regions, right? It's not even just like the combos being presented, it's about the players currently showcasing all of their hard work up until this point, right? This final premiere is definitely all about the players. No matter how you put it, no matter how you think about it, this is what it should be. The players being able to showcase all of their hard work and the community really being man, really shown off, for lack of better words.
Exactly. I couldn't put it better myself, because we get to see the players, right, and we still get to see how the culture just embraces a tournament, having a major tournament at that level, right? We see the production value that went into the Chinese in-house production, and an amazing venue, amazing just showmanship from them. We get to hear the crowd. We get to see the crowd feel who they're invested in, how they're invested in the matches. So yeah, it's just so cool to have this global platform again and get to have all these offline events in these different areas where we get to see not only these players travel and get exposed to different cultures, bringing us all closer together, but getting to show off the local talent as well when it comes to the players that we don't get to see travel as much for one reason or another. So it was an amazing experience. I'm so glad that China got their own major when it comes to the CBT offline side of things, right? Hopefully we get to go into more new countries more and more as we keep this CBT rolling.
Well, we're still going to see a lot of countries try to represent themselves well, right? We still have the World Warrior regional finals going on for a plethora of different regions. And also, Japan still has 2 more weeks of World Warrior left before we even get to determine who makes it into the regional finals. On top of that, it's Street Fighter League season, baby. We got EU coming in hot. We got US as well. And then continuing on with Japan after they make their travel back. So there's so much more to look forward to in the realm of the Capcom Pro Tour, even outside of this offline event. We still get to see how many players get to represent their pride and country when it comes to Street Fighter 6 expertise.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I know it sounded a little sad that this was the last offline premiere of the season, but there's still plenty of high-stakes offline Street Fighter 6 to come, right? With SFL EU and SFL US being right around the corner, both live and in full effect. Some of the last chances certain players are going to get to go to Japan. Like, yeah, this Street Fighter action is not stopping anytime soon.
Whew. Unfortunately, though, we do have to stop here. It's been quite a ride being blessed to be able to call out all of the action coming through for these last couple of days. It's been an absolute pleasure, obviously, Rinch, throwing it down every single time. Shout out to Sherry Jennings, shout out to James Chen as well, everybody in the production group, everybody in the chat that's been tuning in the entire time, and also, most importantly, the people that have been throwing down beside us throughout the entire year of the Capcom Pro Tour. That's right, I'm looking at you, Suzuki. These guys have been throwing it down and also bringing that bike everywhere they go as much as they can, being the official 2025 season partner for the Capcom Pro Tour. Much love and much shout outs for the support. Suzuki, always a pleasure to be able to see these guys help us out in regards to coming in with the Capcom Pro Tour partnership.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's always a pleasure, especially to see the GSX-8R tuned by Jury. You can see it on the right. I hope you have gotten a chance to see it in person because it is a phenomenal work of art. It is not just an automobile. It's not just a motorcycle, but they really put love and care into that bike. So definitely big ups to Suzuki, customizing and really showing love to Street Fighter 6 via the GSX-8R. And you know they got your back no matter what the terrain may be. Also with the DRZ4 series built for both the dirt and the street, no matter where you go, because we know it is a global affair when it comes to fighting games, right? We're trying to reach every corner of the world, find out all the communities that are playing fighting games wherever they may be, and Suzuki is trying to aid you in doing so. Big ups to holding us down through the Capcom Pro Tour season.
Man, we're kicking things off at a really fast pace, ladies and gentlemen. Before you know it, it's going to be Capcom Cup 12 time. And it's going to be the time of our lives. I'll tell you what, man. Another season getting closer and closer to a close. And we couldn't have it any other way, honestly. It's cool to see you guys come through to each and every one of these events. I don't think we'll have the chance to really kind of chop it up like this as often because it's going to be one hell of a spectacle by the time Capcom Cup rolls around. So again, thank you guys every single time for tuning in. It's been quite the pleasure. Whether you loved it or hated, I'm glad you watched and tuned in.
Yes, indeed, man. And SFL right around the corner, baby. It's going to be a great time there as well. Be sure to be tuned in. Thank you all for joining us once again. And be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, and we'll see you very soon.